Feeling pretty
Okay.
good about that. Immune system is still working.
That's
Common
good.
colds. My body can fight off the common cold. It's pretty sick.
That's good. That means that you're relatively healthy and not immune compromised. That's nice. That's good.
For sure, right? That's a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There you go. That's a good way of thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I had to do a lot yesterday too, and I was feeling pretty down, body aches and all the BS and all that stuff. But I still had to push through it. I had like a freaking 12-hour day, and I had to deal with all that too. Now my my voice is kind of hoarse. I'm sure you can hear it. But
Yeah,
anyway, how are you? How are you and your family?
dude, good. Yeah, the job market kind of sucks right now for science, so it's a little tough. But um, yeah,
Well,
dude.
you're a rising TikTok star, so
Yeah, right.
dudes,
Yeah,
play your
right.
cards right. This could be your platform.
I mean, bro. I mean, I was making in San Diego. I'm making 100. And this is like, I mean, it's. I'm very fortunate, right? I mean, like my last payout that I got for the last like month was like $100. So so I mean,
Yeah.
it's very nice, but at the same time, like I gotta provide for my family.
You have a wife that's like, get off your damn phone and go get a job.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. Rightly so. I mean,
For sure, great women have a way of motivating men to be better men, right?
it's true, very true. Oh,
And
cool, democracy. I saw that.
they they
Yeah.
do it in like the most subtle but distinct way.
Mm-hmm.
you know,
It's tough, man. It's tough. It's a tough to
you have multiple children, don't you?
yeah, 4.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So they got their own stuff going on, and it's yeah, dude, it's a lot of pressure. So I got like 60 days to basically get a job or
Hey, you wanna
one. I only have one.
do body work on automobiles and sand and paint cars down near San Diego? A buddy of mine owns a great shop. He's a killer, amazing boss. You would love him. He'd probably put you to work tomorrow.
Hey,
Then you
if I
could do
don't
TikTok on the side.
you know what, dude? If I don't
Phenomenal.
have anything lined up for in 60 days, I'll take you up on that one.
DM me, dude. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm
Yeah.
not. This is not. This is not. I'm not kidding around.
I legitimately, if I don't have anything lined up in 60 days, I'll take you up on
One
it.
father to another father. Work is work, dude. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, for real. At some point, I
You
gotta
don't
do
seem like the
something.
type of guy that would put your family in harm's way because you didn't like the job that you were doing.
No, that's what I'm saying. In 60 days, bro, I gotta make money some way. So yeah, so yeah,
For
it's
sure.
frustrating, man.
Well, I pray for you and I hope the best for you,
Thanks,
man.
pal.
I mean,
Thank you, man.
do what I can. I didn't really bring up a debate with you. As soon as somebody else hops in, there's somebody ready to go. You can kick me anytime. So, but yeah, that's probably what I got tonight for you.
Guys, you start talking about like kids' names and stuff, you're gonna be blocked, man. This is like so creepy. What are you doing?
Is that
So,
your family?
what? I'm sorry. What? There's just someone like in
Oh,
chat goes being weird. You guys,
there's
yeah,
people
you
in the
guys,
chat that are saying my real name,
yeah,
my kid
kids'
will
names.
say
Like,
my
what's going
kid's
on?
name, all
Like, that's
kinds of
so
stuff.
weird, dude. That's so weird. Like, you guys gotta touch grass, bro. Like, for real. Um,
That's not. I mean, listen. That's only because of the way that I voted. Okay,
I mean, you
I'll
did
tell you right
something to piss
now.
a lot of people off, Liam. I
Yeah,
don't
dude.
know.
I had. You have listen, dude. You have political debates. People don't
Yeah,
like Trump. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
seriously. And then if I'm anti-vax too, on top of it, I might
yeah.
have a target on my back. Plus, I toured with Charlie Kirk for a little bit,
Okay,
dude. It's
nice.
like I have a major target. But these people, they get personal, dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, dude. You should get me on the Charlie Kirk tour. That'd be good.
It would be great. You know what, dude? Honestly, listen to this. So I could hate your guts and I could hate
Hmm.
everything that you stood for.
Sure.
You pushing vaccination, all this stuff.
Yep, we
And
do
then
that
I
here.
could go, you know what? I'm gonna go after Greg's kids and his family. That's what
That's
these
crazy.
people do. Dude, that's insane, bro.
Yeah, it is. No, I mean
Totally
that's the
insane. You're gonna hurt the innocent?
yeah, that's the mainspring of civilization is civil discontent. You got to be able to like debate ideas, and so that in a democracy that's really important. So it's intelligent discontent is the mainspring of civilization. It is either agitation or stagnation. So we either like, try to have debates and try to push each other on them, or you just mire in toxicity, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the way that they weaponize like the DOJ on both sides, and they target their opponents and stuff. You have to admit that they do it on both sides, dude.
Not the same way that Trump is doing it, dude. That's like it's completely separate. I mean, he's taking it to a completely different level. I mean, we got military tanks rolling down streets, bro. In DC, they're taking the entire
It's
city
beautiful.
over.
I love that.
Exactly. So
That's
it's like
makes me happy.
exactly that's some bootlicker stuff. So it's like that's fine. You don't. I mean, you can't care about the Constitution and federalism and also support that. So you just
Absolutely, you
can't.
can.
No, it's like literally, it's the complete opposite, bro. That's what federalism is.
DC is a different place. It's where our nation's capital is.
He's going to Chicago next. He's going to LA next. He's going to all these other places. Like, what do you mean?
Dude, I love that. I love every bit of that. Every bit of
Yeah.
that. You know what?
I
I'm
mean-
gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you a simple like this is a question.
Okay.
Like what? Okay, you've been to a bar before.
yes.
Okay, you've been to a nightclub before. Sure, all this stuff. What do they use for security?
Bouncer?
Yeah, a bouncer. Cool.
Yeah.
But in most cases, they're unarmed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's basically what the military is. Okay. Coming in these places,
Nope,
they don't.
They're armed.
They're not.
They're armed.
Yeah, but they're there at buildings that are governmental buildings.
Nope.
They can
They're
use
going down
force.
streets. They're
Right.
going down streets. Tanks down streets now, bro.
Dude, they cannot. They
They're
cannot
arresting people.
comprehend-
They're
they can't
arresting
arrest-
people. They are arresting people.
DC, they might be because DC is a different
No,
place.
in
okay?
LA, there's the video of them
DC
arresting
is
people.
federally-
They're arresting
DC is
people in
federally
LA,
pla-
Los Angeles, the
Wrong.
Angels.
False.
It's true. They
False.
were.
You're
bro.
right. They were standing by and waiting with their arms crossed in front of federal buildings. That's it.
No, they were arresting people.
Yeah,
bro.
no, dude.
Yes.
Anyone was breaking the
Yes.
law on federal ground, they were able to
No.
arrest. Yes, not on public streets.
That's
Never.
still no. That's not true. man.
Prove me
That's not
wrong.
true.
Pull it up.
They
pull it up.
were. They were. There's videos of it, man.
I don't care, dude. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay.
That would be against the Constitution.
So all these caveats within again, federalism is the idea that the city and local governments and the state has jurisdiction in those areas, and you don't have the arresting force and the tanks of the military coming in for petty disputes. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Simple crimes, possession crimes, open bottle, violations. Are you kidding me? That you think that's what the military should be used for? Come on, bro.
Are we actively engaged in combat with our military?
Venezuela. Yeah, we're at war with Venezuela right now.
We have troops on the ground actively fighting right now.
That is what we are. That's what the executive order that Trump signed in order to push all this to forward was that we are actually at war with Venezuela because they're the invading army, and since these are the gangs and stuff.
United States is not actively fighting. There have not been.
We are at
bullets
war
flying,
with Venezuela
okay?
right now. We are at war with Venezuela. That's what he says. That's what Trump said. That's what his thing is, because they have to justify it in the courts to say why they're doing this, and they're saying that the gangs are acting as an invading force into our lands, and that's why we have to do this. That's just Trump, dude. You got to just read what his own executive orders are, man.
Dude, I just saw 70,000 monks break their vow of silence to
What?
to lift Donald Trump up for negotiating a ceasefire on the border of Cambodia and Thailand. What are you talking about?
What? Dude, no, I'm saying that that's what the DOJ, the Venezuela executive order.
Do you not hear anything that I just said?
No,
You
I have no
you
idea what you're talking
honestly
about.
think that Donald Trump is causing conflict and havoc everywhere that he's going?
Yeah, I mean, memorandum on deferred enforced departure for certain Venezuelans. And this is all about Maduro, violated sovereign freedoms, one voluntarily, like, we're at war. They have to go. That he declared it. I have the executive order right here. Foreign policy, January 19th. That's 2021. That's wrong. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Imposing tariffs, sanction policies.
I always do this with you. I come up here to have a quick little conversation. Oh my God. Then it just goes into this. Love it. Wow.
That's fine, dude. I mean, he's signing a bunch of stuff, like trying to say that's what the
Somebody in the chat here says only Congress can declare war,
yeah.
Dr.
It's
Greg.
true. That's constitutionally that's what we were. That's what it was. But dude, we haven't declared war officially since Vietnam. So unless you're gonna have to say Desert Storm wasn't
So
a
we're not in
war,
war. So we're not actively in war.
Afghanistan wasn't a war, Iraq wasn't a war. But it's the authorization to use military force, the AUMF. It's a thing that was passed. George W. Bush passed it, and now every other president has passed it. And basically, you have to go back to Congress to get approval every. I think it's 60 or 90 days.
You know
And
what? I would. You know how your logic is not making sense.
that's what.
Listen, as you're saying like, oh my God, you're policing the United States citizen with military force, and and
Yeah.
you're doing all this stuff, right? And you go, how would that benefit, United States citizen? How would that secure United States by doing that, right? And I'll show you right now with one executive order, 1,000 troops at the border, we've seen the border issue at least temporarily solved.
Yeah, I don't think that's true at all, bro. I don't think
It's
if there's
absolutely true,
no,
dude. You
no,
do
again,
your research, man.
no,
You're
it's not
just
true.
listen. You're just being emotional because you don't
No,
like Trump
you
right
think
now,
I'm
dude.
emotional right now? You're the one that's screaming, bro. The like
I'm not screaming, dude.
obviously, like they're still coming in. They're just not being checked with papers as they cross the border, like they were with Biden. So they are undocumented immigrants now. Before they were actually getting a court date, they were getting assigned like a judge. They were getting assigned papers, but now they're just coming in illegally, and now they're wherever. So
So you're saying that we just needed that bipartisan, border bill
we should have, yeah, we should have
through
passed it.
through Langford, right, to spend
Yeah.
what billions of more dollars
Well, if that's what we
for
need,
judges and border security
wait.
and all
So
this.
wait. That billions of dollars is too much, but increasing the ICE budget from 15 to 150 billion dollars, that's too much. That's not okay.
Dude, that's necessary. We
Oh,
have
okay.
to
So
remove.
but wait. Legislation that's
We have to.
bipartisanly
Wait a
passed
minute.
is way too much money, and we can't.
How do you
That's too
fix
much. But then you have an
Greg?
authoritarian
How do you
power grab,
fix
and
the
then we
back?
need that. I mean, give me a break,
How do you
bro.
fix the backlog when you're overwhelmed with all these new people coming in,
Yeah,
man?
that's a great question. How do you fix it?
Stop the flow
Okay,
totally.
okay. So then,
Okay?
what do you do to Okay, so then what do you do to process the people that are here?
You remove the ones that don't want to stay here legally.
Okay, how do you
That's
know
where you
which ones are
start.
legal and illegal?
Start with
How do you know which
start.
ones are illegal or are legal?
Um, you follow the rule of law.
Okay, who follows the rule of law and dictates that?
The Democratic Party.
A
The
judge. So what
Democratic
you
Party.
did
Wait a
when what that
minute.
bipartisan legislation was to fund all these court cases so that these people that could get an immigration hearing and to help that process go through. That's the whole idea.
Do you think that illegal immigrants in this country, such as people that overstay their visas, should be able to just pay a fine and then come right back in, no problem?
If they didn't commit any crimes or violent crimes, then yeah, of course.
Yeah, if they didn't commit any crimes, they were
Yeah,
here.
violent
They
crimes. Yeah.
overstayed. They should be able to pay it and come right back in.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? 1996, the Democrat Party again changed the law of immigration where if you are here, let's say, look it up. Okay, I'm not giving exact numbers, but 6 months over, you're going to have to leave for a year. If you're a year over, you're not able to come back in for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Democrats, dude.
And Obama, like, he was the deporter in chief. He went through all the prisons and deported all the violent criminals that were here illegally. So I mean,
Also, back to the bipartisan border bill.
yeah,
Are you a Bernie fan?
sure.
Of course you are. Bernie Sanders voted against the Lankford bipartisan border bill.
Cool.
Just him and Trump as well.
Cool.
Okay, it
what does that
wasn't a
mean?
great.
I
it wasn't a great bill. And listen.
No, just because he
Listen,
doesn't support it
listen,
doesn't mean that
real
I
quick.
can't. I mean,
Wait
I
a
support my
minute,
own stuff, dude.
In a minute, you're getting a little bit educated here by the emotional, conservative. So we honestly could have seen Biden and Harris do an executive order just like Trump did.
No.
Sent military. Sent military to the border and said, "Shut up, Mr. Trump."
No.
Now we've secured the border.
Because it's not a real issue. It wasn't a real issue.
It was an issue.
No, it
dude.
wasn't. No,
it's
it wasn't.
an issue for the American people. Okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not, bro. It wasn't. And you know why?
Oh my gosh.
You know why? Because an actual piece of legislation that could actually fix this entire thing, you know what it is? It's actually very easy, and all the politicians know exactly what to do, but nobody wants to do it, is that you punish employers for hiring undocumented immigrants. That's it. And you force people to check the immigration status and get fined if they hire undocumented immigrants. And nobody wants to do that because all the business community wants that cheap exploited labor. And guess what? So that's where it stands. So that one piece of legislation would mean that nobody would want to come over here because basically no employer would hire you. So unless you're fighting for that piece of legislation, then I don't think that you're serious about it being an issue, in my opinion.
This is what you just said. Mm-hmm. You said somebody jumped over the fence at a concert and didn't pay their entry, their $100 to go see their favorite artist. They had a long sleeve shirt on. Nobody could see that they had a wristband on.
Okay.
So they went to a booth and said, "I've been hiding out here, and now I'm hungry. I want something to eat." So at that booth that they wanted to eat, somebody came up to them and said, "You just fed that person? They're not even supposed to be in here. I'm going to fine you now for feeding that person." Yeah. That's what you just said. Yeah. You said that
would actually fix the problem.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
If the concert goers would be kicked out based off of them being there and the security guards seeing them and they weren't there and they were enjoying the music and they didn't pay for it and they got kicked out because of it. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, but they were hiding under the radar. That's
the whole point. That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying.
The border, the fence line, that didn't work. They got through. So now you're saying it's down to that person that was feeding that person, that was helping them, providing for them. We're going to hurt that person.
So now it's good. So now it's good to have them in, and we're okay to have them in, and we want them here.
In some cases, there are a lot of immigrants. Wait a minute.
I know. This is the corruption of the Trump administration, authoritarian. It's like all these carve outs of like, oh, the farmers are okay. Actually, we're gonna have a carve out for them, and like, it's just like nobody's serious about this, bro. Nobody's actually serious about this as an issue. It's like this is my problem with the Republican Party politicians right now is they're not serious people that actually want to work on any problems. Let's actually fix problems.
This is the problem, dude. I can't come up here and say, I want more law and order in this country. I can't say that because Trump himself is a criminal, okay? I'm going to sound stupid when I say it. But, dude, I'm living in a state where you can steal up to $1,000, okay?
Do you know it's even more in Texas? Did you know that? It's actually even more.
Sure.
Okay. So
No, I don't. Actually, I
yeah,
don't believe
yeah, it's
that
actually
too.
more. It's more in Texas.
You're gonna have to show me those facts or
Mm,
those receipts. I don't believe that. But
mhm.
regardless,
Another
okay.
trumped up
Like you said,
liberal
Trump's going
conspiracy.
state by state. Hey, he's putting our military to work, man. We're paying for him, so they're gonna go out and do a
Dude,
job.
it's so pathetic, bro. Like, stop bootlicking like
What do
authoritarians,
you
bro.
want the
Stick up for
military to do?
yourself.
What do you
Like,
want the
stick up for
military
yourself
to
as a
do?
liberated and free American, man.
What
This
do you
is
want the
like
military to do, bro?
not
Stand in the
not
chow
be
hall and do
not be
push-ups?
dude, not be going down the streets and acting like freaking police force and trying to arrest people with open bottle laws. I mean, give me a break, man. That's the best thing that you think that they could do. That's protecting America. That's the national defense. Is them
I see it.
throwing people in jail for minor traffic offenses and minor tickets. Like
Dude,
that's
when I'm in Los Angeles, okay, Marina Del Rey area by Venice Beach,
uh,
and I see women taking all of their clothes off in a children's playground, and I
mhm.
call the cops on them, and the cops come out and cross their arms and say, "There's nothing that we can do about what's happening here." Yeah, bro, we got some issues, and both of those officers have their SAG cards. That means they want to be in film. Okay,
What?
dude, law and
Dude.
order's fucked, dude. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
because
screwed up,
Law
bro.
and Order is notoriously super lib, dude. They're all woke, you know. They're all the police force notoriously woke.
No, they're not. I'm just
Like, what are you talking about, dude? You okay, man? Where do you get your info, Liam? Where do you get your info to read like what's going on?
I don't know. I don't really watch news. If that's you're asking. Sorry, that was
Yeah, like I mean, are you reading like like so? I personally like I do like primary literature, so like prime like source documents, reports. The SCOTUS case comes out, I listen to the oral argument. Do you listen to the oral arguments at all?
yeah. I think the verbal stuff is definitely
Yeah, I mean it's
for
they're speaking
sure.
English, bro, and they're talking stuff, and it's really easy to understand actually what's going on. You recognize the voices really quickly, and
Yeah,
it's like
but
an hour and a half, 2 hours
until they
long.
legislate stuff and put it into law and stuff, talk is cheap and stuff
No,
too
I
as
mean
well. So
SCOTUS is really important. The SCOTUS makes big decisions, man. That's a good
for
way to
sure.
figure out what's going on, as opposed to reading an article about it. You actually have like a real understanding of the court case. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I think that we have to be. You're making good points. I think we have to be very careful what we actually speak as truth online because there's so much misinformation, and I also believe that we need to control our emotions and we need to let stuff play out. Because we're not the ones in charge of what's going on.
Who is? Who's in charge?
Our government is in charge.
No, but like who's in charge of the government, man? What are you talking about? What are you alluding to?
I mean, are you saying that the people were in charge?
I mean, it's a democracy, so yeah, I think so.
What does that mean? What's a democracy? Does that mean
What?
the will of the people prevail, like who they vote for, and then we should abide by that?
It means that we elect representatives with popular like
Like when
votes in each of this.
77 million people come out and vote for a 34 count felon, we're supposed to respect their vote.
Are you going to talk about like respecting the results of an election when Donald Trump himself still is contesting the 2020 results?
We're
You
seven
realize that?
months. We're
You realize that
seven.
he's still going into 2020 and he's trying to look at who the state legislatures and senators were and trying to go after them? Do you realize that?
Wow, that's terrible. He wants clean and fair
Oh,
elections.
okay. Well, okay.
Wow, let's hate the guy for
Okay.
that,
That's cool,
man.
dude. I was just, I mean, because I bring up January 6th and people say that that's way too long. So like, it's just kind of interesting that like, we can talk about the 2020 election, but then Jan 6 people's like, oh man, it's so long ago, bro. Like, well, let bygones be bygones. When you guys were beating
You
up
mean
a
like
police
allowing
force,
criminals? You're going to say allowing criminals to walk the streets that beat
violent
up
criminals that beat up cops.
beat
Yeah.
up police officers, hit
Yeah.
them in the neck with stun guns and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Two Trump supporters were unalived January 6th. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
two people were unalived the day of.
5 total, and they were from
Two.
suicide.
The day of January
It's a
6th.
heart
2.
attack. There's a heart
Ashley,
attack and
no, it's
suicides. Yeah.
false. It's wrong.
Oh,
Day of January 6th itself, 2 people were unalived, 2 Trump supporters. One of them, Ashley Babbitt, crawling through a door. Another one was trampled.
Based.
2 people. Based. Somebody that's let their emotions get away with them, broke out a window.
Dude, what are you talking about? She was trying to storm the Capitol. She was like an actual terrorist, man. Like, what are you talking about? She's trying to use violence for political means. That is literally terrorism.
Her fucking tax dollars help pay for that Capitol, dude, as well as yours and mine do. Dude, what are you saying?
That doesn't mean that you get to go and and she tried to make my vote illegitimate. What are you talking about? She tried to go and say,
douchebag. If you say that was base, dude. That's fucking gross.
Hey, facts don't care about your opinion, man. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, you can be offended all you want.
She was unalived.
You can be offended all you want, dude. It doesn't matter to me. I mean,
fuck, dude. You're unbelievable sometimes, Greg.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you. Hey, and you respect it, and that's why you're going to come back tomorrow. So that's the thing, is that
I'm going to come back tomorrow. How long has it been since I've been back?
I don't know, 3 or 4 days since I told you that you helped, like, somehow helped in part of killing 1.2 million Americans.
Wow, you remember
yeah,
the stuff
of course,
that comes
dude.
out of your
Because
mouth.
I stand on what I say, dude, because I've thought about it and I understand what I'm saying.
Wow.
Sorry, if you propagate anti-vax conspiracies and you contribute to the 300,000 people that died because of vaccine hesitancy, then absolutely, bro, then those blood is on your hands for that 300K.
My body, my choice, right, Greg?
Yeah, but guess what? 3 million people's lives were saved from the vaccine. 3 million people.
Guess what? Guess what? My body, my choice, right?
That's fine.
Only when it doesn't apply to vaccines, right, big guy?
Mm-hmm. That's fine with me.
You're such a hypocrite, dude. It's incredible.
I'm not a hypocrite, and I've talked about this. We can talk about it all night, whatever you want. I have a feeling that you're going to be the one running here, though, like you did last time. But it's okay, dude. It's okay.
I ran. No, you stacked your panel with snowflakes.
I never kicked you. I've never kicked you.
I told you last time, don't bring up these people. You did it anyway.
No, bro, that was like 4 times ago. That was like 2 weeks ago, bro.
And the one girl that was doxing me, she directly came after you as well.
I agree. And that was 2 weeks ago, bro. Or you've been on you've been on here like 3 or 4 times after that. So
I came on 1 time after that and spoke to you for 5 minutes, maybe.
No, and you were on another time.
This is my 3rd time, big dog.
No, I think it was your 4th.
Yeah.
No,
Facts don't care about your feelings, bro.
Okay, all right.
3 times, bro.
Okay, I'm glad you remember.
2 1/4.
I'm glad you remember.
Yeah, dude, not the biggest fan. Okay, seriously, I could be if you could get off of the, you're the part of unaliving people, you know.
I mean, then get behind vaccines and public health, bro. Like, you're the one that's helping hurt
Wait a
these
minute,
people.
okay.
I'm sorry. Like, what do you want?
So listen, would you and I be more of a tight bond if I took every vaccination available, pumped it into my wife and my children and myself?
Yeah, I would respect you. I would respect you.
And then I went out there and protested on the corner and said, abort more babies, abort more babies. And then Greg would be like,
vaccines are pro-life, bro. You're pro-life. You're extending the life and
not
killing people.
Is that what you know? I'm talking about clinics, okay?
No, I'm talking about being pro-life.
The 98% of elected ABs, bro.
I'm pro-life.
In what way?
You're helping.
So you're helping
not kill people in a
my
pandemic.
Body, my choice in certain instances.
What are you talking about? Vaccines are pro-life. What are you talking about?
Dude, get off the vaccine. I don't want to talk about vaccine.
Yeah, because you're running. You're running.
No, I'm not. It's a joke, dude.
You kill 300,000 people and somehow people get.
It's my body.
Get all by.
It's my body and my choice. There's
not
another body inside of my body.
I mean, the problem, Liam, is that you wouldn't even, like, we've gone down this, bro. You wouldn't take a vaccine if you were going to be killed 100%. You would not take the rabies vaccine, and that's 100% death rate. So I mean, that's your own mental health problem that you have that you can't understand. Like, you are so living in fear of things you don't understand that you would rather die than take any type of medical ailment that you don't personally
Greg,
understand. I
I'm
mean, you
not
live
the
in
one
fear.
living in fear,
You
Greg.
do. You absolutely live in fear of things you don't understand. You
Yeah, I'm
do,
gonna ask you a
man.
let me ask you a logical question.
Sure.
If I had a loaded pew pew, you know what pew pew is, right?
Gun. You can say a gun.
I don't think you can, but I'm just trying to be respectful to your life. So if I had if I had a loaded gun, if I had a
Mm-hmm.
loaded AR at my front door,
Okay.
cocked,
Sure.
even with my family around and stuff, because I was paranoid that people were targeting me like they are on TikTok.
Uh-huh.
Would I be, would I be living in fear?
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So
Okay. So it sounds like you live in fear a
so
lot, and
if
this
I
is something
took
that you've
so
actually
if I took
manifested
a
physically.
so if I took so if I took a vaccination
Mm-hmm.
so I wouldn't get sick, would that be me taking that because I was living in fear?
I know it because you're helping other people that so
No,
that
no, no,
doesn't
no.
you
Let's
go
talk about
to.
one's own self here. Okay.
Yeah, because basically gun violence doesn't propagate like a virus. That I mean that's why it's disanalogous.
Okay. So can you direct me where I can take the vaccine that'll stop my kids from getting uh
Autism.
no I don't want to go to autism, dude. No, to
Did you hear about that? The recent study that 1.2 million kids in Denmark, none of that was linked to any type of neurological disorders. And RFK cried. They don't have any science to back it up, so he cried and had tried to get the publication to retract the article. Such a loser, man. Holy crap. So funny.
yeah, but what's the sickness that kids get with all the bumps all over them?
Measles? You think measles it's a laughing matter? How about polio? You think polio
No,
is
not
funny? Which one is it? Which
measles,
one's funny?
not polio or
Chicken
measles.
pox. Chicken pox, you
Pox,
think?
pox, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
So
funny one. That's a
can
funny
you
one.
give me the medication that'll stop my kids from getting that?
They do have it, I think, yeah. Varicella or something?
That'll stop your kid from getting that.
Maybe, probably. Yeah, I think so.
No, 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 it will not.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of vaccines that are, and a lot of them that
What does a board certified doctor tell someone to do with their children at a young age?
get vaccinated.
To allow their kids to get chicken pox
Nobody's telling them
it's
anymore in order to have the pox parties. Nobody's doing that.
attract it early
Nah.
on.
Nah, nobody's doing that.
Nah,
Nah. Not a good idea.
no one says refrain from keeping your kids away
Yeah,
from
of
people
course,
with
dude.
chicken pox.
It's not a good idea. Because a vaccine
You know
gives
what
you the
chicken
same.
pox is like at 21 years old?
Do you know what? Because a vaccine gives you the same type of deterrence without exposing you to a disease that could kill you. That's why it is a vaccine. That's why it's
Dude,
good. That's why they're safe and
back
effective.
back
And
to
everyone
our
should get
point.
vaccinated.
Back to our
Man.
point. You're the one living in fear, not me.
I don't think
Okay?
so, bro.
You're
I
the
don't
one with
think
the
so.
AR at the front door. Okay, that's your
No,
vaccine.
no,
I'm not living in
no.
fear, dude.
Because you're helping other people. That's the thing is that we live in a society and other people are there. So if you're all by yourself, then I can understand it. Or you're super rural, and I mean it's actually kind of wild, man. Like to talk to Republicans and talk to them about saving other Republicans because they're unlikely to be vaccinated and they died at a 10 times higher rate than vaccinated people. So it's actually wild how little you care about your own people, man. It's just astonishing to me.
This is insane, dude.
It's
I have
true. It's true.
there's so many
I mean,
people during.
epidemiology and it sucks to actually to talk to someone that actually knows
Oh my
stats and everything.
God,
It does
dude,
suck.
I have such a big circle. I have people that work for me and everything during C
Go
during
ahead. You can have
C19.
it doesn't matter how
During
big your circle is,
C19,
bro. We're talking about actual things like actual
man,
statistics,
I had a
no,
lot of super spreaders around me, man.
then
When
that's a
I
bad
during
thing. Then you're
C19.
selfish. Why are you actually proud that you're selfish? That's what I don't understand.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you're definitely not a patriot and you're a selfish person.
Yeah, I wasn't, driving around in my car with my face mask on by myself with
Bro,
the
you're
windows
for
up
wait, let's
with
just
the
review
AC
real quick.
on.
So
Okay.
you're for tanks rolling down the streets and enforcing basic traffic laws, the military and doing that. You don't care about other Americans dying, and you celebrate when
Oh my
300,000
gosh,
died when they
yes. I'm
don't need
like,
to.
dude,
I mean, like what
when the
at what point?
tanks
Yeah, at what point are you
when the
okay?
tanks are rolling down the street, my kid's got his American flag out. He's waving. He's not burning it. He's waving it, and they're
Yeah,
waving
I
back
bet.
at him.
I bet.
It's a red, dude. It's so cool.
I
You're
bet they
seeing all
do.
the
I bet they do.
cockroaches. You're seeing all the cockroaches run for the hills,
Is that
dude.
what you call
It's
people? You call
wonderful.
humans like cockroaches?
Yeah,
Is that your Jesus Christian
I call people
background
that want to be
calling people?
criminals. Yeah, I call people that want to be criminals
Yeah,
cockroaches. You have
yeah,
a
yeah.
problem with
Human
that?
beings, you call them cockroaches. Yeah, that's a great idea, dude. That's not cringe at all.
No, no.
But
People that
I'm the
just
one that goes too far to say that people have blood on their hands for
get
spreading
out of your
vaccine.
fifis now,
Uh,
Greg. Out of
I
your
don't have.
fifis,
Bro.
okay?
Bro. Take your right hand, put it between your legs, grab your balls, bro. Yeah,
I need
come
two
on.
hands to do that. I
I
need two
don't think
hands to do
so,
that.
dude. I don't think so.
Huge, huge hands, okay?
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
trust me, there's no problems there.
oh, I guess so, man. I guess
I
so.
would, in my family tree, we need vaccination so we can stop the swelling. This thing's massive, man. I need a
It
forklift.
sounds like you have a problem. You might have a blood pressure problem. Hey,
I
like
think
genuinely, bro. Like
elephantitis.
genuinely. At some point,
Elephantitis runs in my family. Like just
that's not good. You should get that checked out. Genuinely, though, I do want you to realize, like, at some point in your life, you are going to need medical treatment, right? And the medical community and the science community that has like worked tirelessly despite your anti-intellectualism, despite your attacks on the institution of science, we still go to improve your life, but in the times that you need it the most. And I just want you to let you know that we will be here for you in your time of need. That's why we
that's
do this
awesome.
thing.
I respect that. I love that. That's great.
Genuinely.
You
So
might be you might be a little indoctrinated, a little chasing after the almighty dollar, with
me, I'm chasing after the
big
almighty dollar.
with big pharma.
Oh
You're
my gosh,
for sure
dude,
would
that's
be
so
bought and paid
tired,
for.
bro. That's so tired. There's no way that you actually think that. I mean, come on, bro. Do you actually think that? You're just spreading that. That's just bad faith. Do you really think that I'm paid to be here?
I don't think you're paid to be here. No.
Okay, all right. Thank you for telling the truth.
Why would
Why
I
would you
think?
say that? Why would you say that though?
I'm not directing this. Is this not all about you, dude?
Did
I'm
you know?
just saying.
Wait. So let's just say that you're against big pharma, okay? Because I think that I get that feeling. Why are you helping big pharma make more profits by giving them more patients? I don't understand that.
Giving them more patience and
Yeah.
what?
Well, basically, instead of getting vaccinated, you're allowing people to get diseased, and those diseased patients are going to be hospitalized, and the pharmaceutical companies make a lot of money on people that are hospitalized. So why are you for more pharmaceutical profits?
I'm actually not, and I
No, you
do
definitely
understand.
are. No,
I
you
do. Wait a
definitely
minute. I
are.
do understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
when we
Isn't that
when
weird? Like a
our
vaccine's like
first converse,
$10, and yet a hospital stay is going to be
our
$100,000,
first
and you're
our
stuck.
first conversation that you and I had, it was really funny that my big talking point. I don't know how I ended up on this, but I was talking about gut health with you. And you finally, towards the end, you're like, "Wow, it's funny that you talk about gut health a lot,"
Yeah.
because you were like, "I do agree with you on that." I'm like, "I
Yeah.
think that these people taking all their Z packs and all their stuff constantly when they got the sniffles here in a little bit, I think
Mhm.
that it's affecting, their immune systems and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah, you're
especially
right.
through their gut health." And then when we finished the conversation, you didn't really agree with me on that, but I
What?
heard the next guest come up. I was just listening in, and you were going, "We really got to look at our gut health, and we really
Yeah.
got to start."
What are you
I'm
talking
like,
about?
fucking guy you wouldn't give me that at all when I was up here. But then you're going, "Oh yeah, it's really about our gut health,
What are you
and
talking about, bro? I mean,
yeah,
you're just
bro,
you're trying to cherry
exactly."
pick. Why are you changing the subject from why you're like supporting pharmaceutical
Talking about
profits?
one's own immune system, dude, is what we're talking
What
about.
what I'm talking about is you not you not supporting pharmaceutical
I
companies
think
like
for
that make $10
pharmaceutical,
vaccines, but you support them making hundreds of thousands of dollars on hospital stays. Like, I don't understand that. Why are we pivoting?
isn't this all about the human body? What we're
No, I'm
talking about?
talking about pharmaceutical
It's not
profits and
really
how
a
you
pit.
keep
It's not a
funneling
pit.
them like more and more
People being
patients.
healthy and being sick is not a pivot, Greg.
Yeah, you're pivoting and trying not to answer why you
What
want people to
is
be
the
hospitalized.
pharmaceutical? What is the pharmaceutical industry in business for?
Profits?
Wow. Okay. I didn't think you'd go. I thought you were going to say
Well,
for
yeah, they're for-profit companies,
helping
bro. They're for-profit
helping
companies, of course.
helping people get well. Is it?
No,
But
they're
ultimately,
for-profit
I
companies.
guess it's
That's
for
their major
profit.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. All
yeah,
right. Okay. For profit. Cool.
yeah, yeah.
That's gross. Awesome.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it is. I don't think that the like the healthcare system should be a for-profit thing. Like, I agree with you. But we do have a for-profit healthcare system, and you are funneling people to hospital stays that are hundreds of thousands of dollars instead of giving them a $10 vaccine. Why?
What is the $10 vaccine we're speaking of?
There's tons of like super cheap vaccines. Are you really contesting the cost between a vaccine and a hospital stay from a disease?
I'm not really contesting the cost of a vaccine. No.
Okay. So then, okay, agreed. Okay, let's just agree on numbers, right? The hospital stay, big number. Vaccine, small number. Okay, so then why are we okay with giving pharmaceutical companies a ton of money in these really expensive patients?
I mean, are we just supposed to watch these television commercials on TV and go, "Oh, there's a brand new drug out that's going to benefit my life," and then we look at the side effects from it, and
Wait. Are those vaccine? Are those vaccine commercials?
not part of all vaccine. This is all
Okay, we're
part of
talking about vaccines, bro. We're talking about vaccines. Let's keep
pharmaceutical.
it. Let's get it in. So
Again,
like,
dude,
I don't
I don't
understand.
know where to go with
We're
you.
Yeah, because
I
we're
was
talking
talking
about
about
facts. We're talking about
pharmaceutical. Now
action.
we're going back to vax.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, no. We've been talking about
I
it for the
don't
last
advocate for
5 minutes.
vaccines.
I
I
know
don't know where to
exactly, and that's what I'm
do.
saying. That's what I'm saying that
I
you
don't
should be. If
advocate for
you care
vaccines,
about
dude.
like pharmaceutical companies not making a ton of money, then you should actually be for
I don't know what to tell
vaccines.
you, dude. I'm not going to advocate for vaccines. It's not going to
Okay,
be me
so
if
you
I can do
want
it.
pharmaceutical companies to make more profits. That's what you're advocating for.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
That is exactly how it works because a vaccine would maybe stop a transmission or stop the disease from spreading
That's your
and stop
opinion.
stop them from getting a hospital stay. And now you said no. I want them to be hospitalized. I want them to
No,
spend a ton of money. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
no, dude.
What's the more?
It's
Oh yes, I mean
case by case, dude. Okay,
what's the
no,
case by
sorry.
case thing? What is the case by case?
Not everybody's body is designed and built the same way. We all have different needs. All right. There's not one cure all for everyone. Okay, one vaccine. Obviously, this COVID vaccines were hurting some people.
No,
They
there,
didn't need.
dude. No, that is such a small percentage. That is ridiculous to say. That is insane.
Okay.
That's insane,
Sure.
bro. That's insane. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Well, so I might okay. Straight up question.
Sure.
Do you think that it was against? I don't even know how to word this. Do you think it should have been mandatory for military personnel to take vaccine
Yes.
against their will?
I mean, they get a ton of vaccines that are against their
I
will, bro.
don't care, dude. I'm
They get a
asking
ton
about.
of it. They get a
I'm
ton of it.
talking
They
about
get
a
even
new.
more experimental vaccines
Yeah,
than COVID.
great. Yeah,
They get even
awesome,
more.
great. That was not part of their
It
sign
was.
up. They
Yes.
signed up
They get
every.
anthrax, bro. They get anthrax vaccines. That is like the most
Awesome.
experimental
Awesome.
vaccine
Not
that you
my
could get.
point. Not my point. I already know that. They take it.
Oh,
They
I'm
take a.
sorry.
They
I'm
take
sorry.
an oath. They take an oath, and then when C-19 came in,
Mm-hmm.
okay, when these military personnel were at work, they got orders. Hey, another vaccine or two or three, whatever is going to be, boosters, all this. You're going to take all this. Should they be coerced
They already
forced.
do. They already are coerced, bro. They're literally shot out of cannons into war zones against their will. They don't have any choice on whether or not they go.
So 100 years ago or 50 years ago or 20 years ago, the C-19 vaccination was available for people to take?
What? No. What are you talking about?
Oh, so it was brand new at around 2019, right? When did it is that when was it first pushed out?
Do you know when it was first starting to be developed?
When was it first pushed out?
Do you know when it was started? When the research on the RNA
Don't care. I'm
technology?
asking when it first
Well,
came.
no, you're saying that it's brand new, bro. I mean, I'm just like, let's talk numbers. Let's talk molecular biology. Let's do it. When did
Oh
it
my
start
God,
getting? When
no.
did it start
I want
getting
to know when.
developed? When did it start getting developed?
I don't care again, dude. I want to know when it was available. Okay.
No, it started getting developed in 1989. Carl Malone, which is actually he's widely known in the anti-vax circles because he's the creator of the RNA vaccine, even though all he did was deliver GFP. So it's just like wild to me. But it's not a vaccine. He just delivered a protein that was actually like fluorescent, and now he thinks that he's an inventor of that vaccine, which isn't true. And then basically 25 years of molecular biology had to come about in order to protect the RNA, and they had to develop the 5 and the 3' end, and these are the ends that aren't actually coding for the spike protein itself, so you have to like add different base pairs on there in order to protect it from exonucleases that are going to try to eat the RNA away and all this kind of stuff. And then they had to do the lipid nanoparticle technology in order to deliver it and to protect it in order to get in. And that was another like 20 years. So,
You had me at hello.
oh, beautiful, dude. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm glad you're smitten. Thank you. You should subscribe. We only allow cooming from the subscribers. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so yeah, you said that military personnel are basically just here like footstools for the American people, and
they're going down the streets like freaking arresting people from open bottles. Like, what are you talking about?
We say government says jump to the military, and they say, I'll bend over and take the jab right now. Give it to me. Let's go.
They do it with way more experimental stuff that's actually bad for you, like the anthrax vaccine.
Can't do it, bro.
That's what they literally do already, bro. I mean, that's like, what are you talking? You're not like super libertarians aren't like coherent with like the idea of being a foot soldier. I don't know what to tell you. You know, there is like a thing of them not following, unlawful orders. And I totally agree with that. Like if I was in the National Guard right now being deployed to Chicago, I would not listen to those orders and I would disobey them. Absolutely. It's ethical in order to do that. But as regards to in a pandemic, I think that soldiers are more likely to be a little bit more patriotic and try to look out for one another. And people that didn't get vaccinated are kind of wusses, bro. They're kind of bitch made, to be honest with you.
There's a very articulate soldier that just posted. I'll send it to you when I'm done talking here. He posted online, and I found it today.
Mm-hmm.
Just came up into my For You, and he's talking about how, when C-19, when he was like, no, I'm not going to take this.
Brave. What a brave soldier. Wow. He's so
No,
brave.
and like he was like, he put it into his own words and why it was wrong for him, and like them taking his pay away from him for not doing it.
It's awful.
Isolating him, threatening him, all stuff.
My God.
He goes into detail, and he's like, talking about
he's the victim. He's the real victim. No. He's the real victim. I mean,
he's not.
That's so sad.
You done?
No, it won't be.
Continue.
Yeah, dude.
To cry. Continue to cry as I'm speaking.
No. I'm not crying. I'm just looking out and telling you that the real selfless people in the pandemic were the nurses and doctors that were selflessly sacrificing their own health in order to go and protect these Americans that were being before. Yeah, they were going in and actually being deployed into hospitals without PPE. No, this is before the vaccine. This is before the vaccine. So they were selflessly going in and
But
going
you
in and
told
trying to
me.
help people. Can you imagine
No,
true selflessness? Can you imagine that?
yeah,
Do
I
you
can.
understand, like,
And that's a.
actually, like, not being able to see your kids or
But
your
wait, you
parents for
didn't.
months
Oh
because you
my
were
God,
trying to
Greg.
actually help other people? Do you understand, like, what selflessness
But
is? Like the
Greg,
real,
you told me I
Jesus
didn't
Christ
know in this
morals of, like,
vaccine.
you know what I mean? Like,
You
really
told me I didn't
looking
know in
after
this
one another.
vaccine. You told me I didn't know when this vaccine came out
Yeah.
because it's been out there for a long time.
No,
So
no, it was developed. The
these were
technology was
just
developed.
ignorant
Yeah,
people
the
as well,
FDA. Well,
right?
no, the FDA trials didn't happen until Trump okayed
Oh,
it.
so now the
Yeah.
truth comes out.
Well, no.
So
Do
thanks
you think
Trump.
I didn't? You didn't think the FDA? Oh, yeah. Like, I didn't know the FDA approval, happened until then, dude. I mean, come
So
on. What are you
Trump,
talking about?
Operation Warp Speed,
Yeah, he did a
saved
great thing. I know
millions
he
and
did a great
millions of
things. Yeah,
lives.
he no, he 3 million. Yeah, he's awesome. He did a great thing
Wow.
there. Yeah.
W. Trump.
Yeah, W Trump for Operation Warp Speed. L Trump for actually, like, the 300,000 that he killed through bad executive policy that he personally overrode the CDC on through the GHS. That's a big L in my opinion. So, I mean, we can, it's disgusting. I mean, 300,000 people because of vaccine hesitancy, 300,000 because of Trump overriding the CDC. He stopped people from getting masks. He overrode them. He didn't allow people to be screened that were coming in from Europe when we knew that they were shutting down and that everyone started flying in. None of those people were tested. We had the qPCR test. We just didn't do it. It's disgusting.
It is wild how many snowflakes are in here
Dude, the
coming
snowflakes are
after
the
me.
people that didn't get a vaccine, bro. That's just some bitch made stuff. Come on, let's be
No, I'm
real.
talking about your chat. It's like,
Dude, who's reading chat, dude? I'm talking to you.
God, it's so crazy. Anyway, just so we know, listen, I don't have any hatred in my heart for you or the
Okay,
chat,
that's
any
fine.
American citizens that voted against Trump or anything. I don't care.
Okay,
It doesn't matter, man. Okay? And I
sure.
don't arm myself at my front door with loaded pew pew, like I was saying, because I live in fear of my life is going to be taken. All right?
But it's
Okay?
about looking out for one
I
another,
don't
dude.
have a spirit of fear, but of peace
You don't have
and
a
of
spirit of
love
looking
and
out for
of
one
a
another in
sound.
community. That's the problem.
Wait
You
a
have no
minute,
sense of
but
community or
I
civic
don't have a
pride.
spirit of fear, but of peace, of love, and of a
No,
sound
you have no
mind.
civic pride.
Okay?
That's the problem, bro. You don't care about anyone other than yourself, and you don't care about your own life, dude. I really do have a problem with your stance on um, the vaccine for rabies. Like, you would die rather than get the rabies vaccine. That just blows my mind, dude. That's really really bad, man.
How am I going to attract the rabies virus?
You could get bitten by we could get bitten by an animal, and in the hypothetical that we talked about, it was the animal had 100% chance of having rabies. Like, we had done the sequencing to know that they had rabies, and they bit you, and they're rabid, and, like, literally the nurse is like, we're gonna put a rabies vaccine inside you in order to save your life, and your response was, I don't live in fear, bro. I mean, that is
Wait a minute.
wild.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That was the hypothetical that we
Damn,
talked about.
that does make sense.
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
in. No,
No, it
no, it makes
doesn't.
sense. It makes sense what you just said to me. So you know what? I am fearful of that. So I'm gonna go. Where can I get that vaccination? I'm gonna go
Well,
get
you
that.
don't need it until you get bitten by a freaking by by a rabid dog or an animal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't need that.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You okay,
Not a
dude?
lot. Not a lot of rabbit dogs, and
Yeah, but it does happen. It exists. Do you think that rabies doesn't exist as a virus?
I don't listen. I watched Old Yeller as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't have him living out in my barn, dude. He's not like he's not he doesn't have rabies. I'm not gonna let him out, okay? It's not happening. I know
Do you
that you're
think that
still
the rabies
living.
virus exists?
Listen, you're still living in Old Yeller
Do
land,
you
bro,
think
okay?
that rabies exists as a virus?
Do I think in suburbia in California that I have rabid rabies dogs are gonna run up and bite me? No, probably not. Gonna be
Do you think that
happening,
germ
bro.
theory is a real thing? Do you think germs are real?
Greg, stop it. Stop
No,
it, Greg.
bro. I'm sorry. I have
Greg,
to ask you
stop
guys.
it.
You people are so crazy. Like, out of, I really do need to, like, establish some, like, groundwork. Like, do you accept germ theory? Do you, like, for real. Viruses, bacteria.
Germ theory?
Yeah. Do you believe in germ theory? Do you accept
Yeah.
germ theory?
Yeah, I believe that you
Okay.
should wash your hands and get the
Okay. Okay.
germs
Sick.
off your
Sick.
hands,
Okay,
bro.
dude. I talk to 100 people a week that don't believe in germ theory or viruses
Are you
being real, bro.
serious? Are you
Yes, I
serious right
do.
now?
Yes, I'm serious. There are lots of people that don't believe in viruses now. They think
Do you,
yes.
do
They
you
think
believe that? Do you believe that a fetus is a parasite?
what? No.
I believe it. I talk to thousands of people that are anti-conservatism, and they go, babies are basically parasites. They're
Okay.
taking from the host.
They're
It's a
fetuses, man.
parasite.
It's different.
So that's weird too, right?
I mean, so yeah, but I mean,
Comparing
they
a
just don't understand.
comparing
They don't. I mean, it's like
comparing.
it's like a very, a layman's understanding of what a parasite is. I mean, you can basically change a host as a parasite, and you couldn't do that as a fetus. So
So
therefore, it's not one.
you would compare a fetus to a parasite in certain
I
ways.
just told you why it wouldn't be. Evolutionarily, it doesn't make any sense why you would say the same word, but
See how I'm saying there's a lot of people that say a lot of weird shit that you would agree with.
I'm asking you
That
your
potentially
exact
I would agree
opinion,
with.
Liam. I'm talking about you specifically, not okay. So we do agree that vaccines are real. I mean, sorry, viruses are real, and that germ theory is real. I mean, do you accept evolution?
Certain aspects of
Okay, so you're
evolution.
doing the micro versus macro evolution, so you
Do
don't
I
accept
do I believe
evolution.
that
So what about
do I believe that fishies grew legs and walked up out of the water and turned to monkeys and monkeys turned into human beings? No, I don't.
okay? So you don't accept evolution. Okay, well, flat Earth.
That's what you accept?
Flat Earth.
That's how civilization started, dude.
Flat Earth. Do you think that flat Earth is real?
I don't actually. That's something.
Wow. Okay.
Listen,
Interesting.
I'm gonna tell you something right now with flat Earth.
Okay.
My father was a Navy SEAL, and he helped capture Apollo 13, recover
Beautiful.
the capsule that fell out of the sky.
Uh-huh.
And if I really dug into that, that would like be slapping my Navy SEAL father in the face.
Gorgeous. And I'm sure that he would be totally down with him being deployed and tanks rolling down LA to do traffic
But listen
violations,
to
bro.
this,
Give
though,
me a
dude. I
break. I
can
mean,
get behind.
what an
No.
appeal to authority on something that is like he would be cock slapping you on another issue, bro.
Listen,
come on.
listen. I'll tell you what. Right now, though, I'm not convinced that we landed on the moon.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God, dude. Okay, all right. See,
I
this
mean,
is-
I listen.
this
I
is
will
the- I
say
mean, we have to
this.
do the conspiracy roundup every time to like see where
I
we're
don't know,
talking
though,
about.
dude. It's like Neil Armstrong being questioned by all these people and stuff, and him dodging all the questions and all the stuff that they're showing how they fucked with camera lenses and stuff.
Mhm.
I just saw a lot of conspiracy shit. And I'm not saying. I just don't understand. Like, what year did we land on the moon, dude?
I don't know.
What year?
I don't know.
A fucking long time ago. Let's agree on that, okay? We haven't been back since, and we got Musk that can parallel park rockets. Okay? Give me a break, dude. Tell me what's going on.
What? So I'm so curious. Like, do you?
1969, they say in the chat.
So just to be clear.
Thank you, Laura.
Okay, I want to go down a little.
67, wait a minute, dude. 67, 69. 69, we landed on the moon. Neil
Okay.
Armstrong, I guess. And it's 2025.
Allegedly,
And we haven't been back.
I don't believe in the Gregorian calendar.
Wait a minute. You don't think there's anything suspicious there?
I don't accept the Gregorian calendar. I don't know. I don't.
Did you not hear what I said? Did you not hear what I said?
Space time is relative, so I've made up my own calendar. Like I'm all on to my own thing.
Are you having a conversation with somebody else?
I'm really curious about this. You don't agree with evolution, but you do agree with natural immunity, right? So because you believe in viruses. So
Wait,
you do
no,
think
you're
that
wrong. We're moon. Do you think we landed on the moon?
Of course, dude. So I'd really for evolution though. I really
Wait a minute. You think we landed on the moon?
yeah, of course we did, dude.
Oh shit! And we haven't been back since. Since 1967.
Do you think that we're going to Mars? Do you think Mars rovers are real?
Oh my God, Greg.
Do you think Mars rovers are real?
Do you think that Santa Claus is real?
I mean, you believe in adult Santa
Do
Claus, so I
you
mean,
think that
so
Santa
what
Claus
do
is
you want me
real?
to say? I mean, you're
Do
the one
you-
that so I don't know what to say, dude.
How about the tooth fairy? Is the tooth fairy real?
Wait, okay. You believe that viruses are real, and you agree with natural immunity being a thing. So what I don't understand is that, like, the population that has been exposed to a virus and that lives when everyone else dies, like that is a form of evolution. You realize that, right?
Yeah, that's why I said I believe in forms of evolution.
Okay,
So
so
this
then
is
what's the disconnect then? What's the
this is
disconnect?
this is the this is the disconnect. This is a disconnect. Do you believe that the Bible is a historical document? You don't have to
No,
believe that,
no, it's not.
you don't
It's not.
stop for a second. Stop for just a second. You don't have to believe that Christ is God. There's a lot of things that could be fairy tales, and there's sure. I'll grant you all of it. Do you believe that that book was written thousands of years ago?
Well, yeah, it was like hundreds of years after Jesus. They like
Yeah,
had a
sure.
whole
So it was,
people
right?
coming together, and they figured
Do
out which
we,
books they wanted to put
when
into the
that book
Bible.
was written, were there automobiles?
I mean, I thought that Jesus was riding a dinosaur.
Whatever, dude. I'm not joking with you. Do you think there were automobiles in those times? No, right? Do you think
If Jesus wanted an
do you
automobile, he
think
could have.
do you think that there was infrastructure? Do you think that we had ships? Do you think that we didn't have anything,
I
right?
believe in ancient aliens, bro. What do you mean?
Can we lock in right here real quick? I have a point,
Oh, I'm
dude.
sorry. I can't. You're talking
I already told
insanity.
you, dude. You don't have to believe in any of it. I was asking you a couple general
But
questions here.
like
Don't.
evolution.
I'm not cornering you, bro. Just answer the simple
Okay, yeah.
questions.
No, cars did not exist in biblical times. Like, what are you
Yeah,
talking about,
great.
bro?
It's an
Come
old
on.
fucking book. Do you believe that the
So,
Earth? Do you believe the Earth was less polluted in those times?
from humans, yeah,
Yeah, from humans. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Like, 1,000 times cleaner, right? You think the water? You think the ocean was cleaner?
Oh, yeah, more populated, yeah.
Ocean was cleaner. Do you think it had? Do you think the fucking fish had the parasites and worms in it that we
Yeah,
have now because of?
there's tons of it.
Because of yeah, because of we have
They had more. They
cities.
had more.
We
They
have
had more parasites
cities.
and viruses back
We had
then.
cities in the middle. We have cities
Atlantis.
of we
You're
have
talking about
cities of
Atlantis, bro?
trash. We have multiple cities now of trash the size of Texas in the middle of our ocean. You know that, right?
Yeah, the gyres. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think that was happening around biblical times? No,
Of course
right?
not. No, no.
Okay, cool. So you explain to me how someone would have had the knowledge and the foresight to foresee the future and say that the ocean will get to a point of major pollution. Who would have been able to see that and write that down thousands of years ago, dude?
So you're thinking that the Bible told the story of the oceans being polluted, and then therefore it's real? Is that what you're saying, getting into?
I'm just trying to understand how someone would have seen that with crystal clear, perfect water that was nowhere polluted at all. And oh, by the way, the globe is 3/4 covered in water.
Okay.
Some ignorant fucking people that didn't have a pen and paper in front of them that are talking about how the world is going to be polluted and
Okay.
we're going to see massive freeways and people are going to be able to get from one place to another in
Like,
seconds.
bro,
Dude,
beavers completely changed their environment. The idea that
you
there could be
cannot.
like humans would have to be omnipotent in order to understand that we're going to change the environment is like ridiculous, man. Of course we are. I mean, of course they did, and it was seen then. I mean, dude, you realize that even like 10,000 years ago, humans helped hunt like tons of macrofauna to extinction in North America. Like, have you gone to to the zoo, San Diego Zoo? They have all the extinct North American
I
animals
had an
there.
annual pass. I think I still have an
Thanks,
annual
dude.
pass.
Yeah, they have like all the North American tiger, the North American lion, the elephants, like they're all this.
Dude, I'll see you there. You'll be at the IPA counter. I'm going to give you a rear naked choke. Okay.
You're really into rear naked chokes, dude. I don't understand. It's so funny.
I'm just kidding with you, dude.
No,
Yeah,
it's
we should meet
okay.
up.
It's
We
okay.
should
There's
meet
no.
up at the
I
zoo.
could give you it fully locked, bro. You could go fully locked rear naked choke, and you wouldn't be able to finish it. So
Give you a Kimura, dude. Is what I'm
look
gonna
at
give
you.
you.
Look at you, dude. Look at you.
You
But
look,
you
look
understand
like
what I'm
an
saying
ankle.
there? Like, you
You
know,
look like an
like
ankle lock guy to me.
humans were actually doing like a really big ecosystem infrastructure way back, you know, tens of thousands of years ago. You know, it wasn't like we've just started, you know, in the last 100 years, like to change our environment. We've been doing that for a really long time.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
No, I don't understand what you're saying.
So we drove a lot of animals to extinction 10,000 years ago, like right after the ice age, like ended, and like giant ground sloths, for example, sloths the size of bears. They used to burrow inside of caves and stuff. That's actually the Joshua tree. They used to eat the Joshua trees, and they were the ones that actually were the seed dispersal agents for them. And then once the
Dude,
ground sloth
we used to have,
sloth went extinct, then the Joshua
dude,
tree is functionally extinct now. Actually, that's one of the reasons why they're functionally extinct, and we measure that in the ecology.
dude, we used to have grizzly bear in
In
California.
California, yeah. I mean, we used to have
The
salmon runs
last
too.
one,
Salmon runs used to be there.
last one was a San Mateo giant. It was 1,500 pounds.
Okay.
That they, okay.
So
they
do you think it's
they
conservative?
unalive.
Wait,
They un,
so do you think it's conservative to conserve the
I have a
environment?
question though. Hang on. We're back on that topic. Do you think it's better that we allow, an animal that's going to potentially be eating people and unaliving people, or we should let it thrive?
Yeah, dude.
And
I don't
just
live in fear. That's why.
What's that?
I don't live in fear. So yeah, we should.
We should let grizzly bears
Yeah.
wander
I don't
around
live in fear, dude. Bro,
in
I surf.
suburban neighborhoods.
I surf, bro. There's freaking great whites out there, man. You think just because
You are more
you think we
likely-
should hunt all great whites to extinction too? Like, give me a break, man. You're
Dude,
living in fear.
I used to be a professional surfer. Calm down, okay? So,
No, you don't. No, you didn't.
oh my gosh,
There's
dude.
no way. There's no way.
Oh,
What's the fast food restaurant that you park at for trestles?
There's two of them there.
Which one? What is it? What is it?
There's what is it?
Don't do
Hang
it.
on.
Don't do it, chat. Don't do it.
No, I won't even look. I swear I won't look at the chat at all. There's it's because it shares now. It was like a green burrito thing. What is that? Hang on. I don't remember, dude. I know what it is. Ask me another question. Ask me anything else. Anything. No, it's I want to say I know it's not Burger King for sure. It might have been McDonald's back in the day. It did change hands.
Mm-hmm.
What is it now? I don't care. I don't remember. What's the other one? Ask me anything else. Have you surfed trestles before?
Yeah, of course, dude. I grew up in San Clemente.
You surf lowers?
I mean, no, I'm mostly churches.
Oh, you're a kook.
Well, dude, I'm not. You think I'm gonna paddle out like lowers? Are you out of your mind? Like,
I fucking dominated that break, dude. I dominated that break.
dude, no way, dude, no way.
I was out there when they were warming up for the pro out there with Andy and Bruce Irons. Okay?
Nice, dude, nice. Okay,
Yeah, my brother actually surfed California Street. Had a heat with Tom Curran back in the day.
Sick.
I was over at Velzy Land when the Eddie I Cow happened when Bruce Irons won the Eddie. I was over there at Turtle Bay when actually what's his name? I stayed at Claw Alexander's girlfriend's house and backyards right there in Sunset Beach. Shape my own surfboards. I could talk for hours.
Okay,
right?
legit. I respect that. Sorry, chat. We got real has to recognize real. We got to make sure that
Dude, San Diego, you did blacks a lot down there. Walking down Glider's Port, dude. The goat trail, dude. Come on, bro.
I respect it. I
was a 5'11", 6'1" super chip guy,
Oh
dude.
my god, dude, that thing is
Airs and dude, I was
no volume in that. No volume.
no, dude, I was freaking hardcore into fights on the beach, the whole thing,
Yeah,
dude. All
like okay. So then, do you think it's good to conserve the environment then?
that's why I'm talking to you about Donald Trump is better at global warming than the Democrats are
How so? How so?
due to tariffs. We're gonna slow the flow of carbon footprint on our ocean because the tankers that are bringing over shit furniture from China is going to be cut in half due to tariffs because we're going to start building our own furniture or buying from potentially from Canada,
Bro,
maybe Mexico,
bro,
bordering neighbors.
bro.
You don't agree with that, dude?
I mean, CO2 it definitely is a huge problem from all the imports, and for carbon footprint, it's a huge waste for sure. But the problem is that like all the renewable infrastructure that we have built is going away because of him. All of the solar, wind is
Okay,
going away. All
question. Let's not go into all that.
he's going into mountaintop removal. He's
Greg,
waxing all of he's increasing coal mining. So it's
Greg,
not like he's like
free trade. Free trade. You're for free trade, right? Free trade across the board. Listen to me. Will we ever be able to compete with China manufacturing? Let's say
you
furniture,
know you
electronics. Yes or
realize
no? Yes or no?
we did in the
Yes or no?
1970s. Yes, we did in solar
Right now,
voltaics. We
dude, in the
did
day
in the
and age that we live in.
1970s. We did, and then
I
Reagan
can't
came
answer a
through.
question.
And I'm educating you, bro. In
No, you're not,
1970s,
dude. You're not answering.
we were the leader in solar voltaic technology and manufacturing. We were the world leader, and then Reagan came in and gutted the entire industry, and all of it went to China. And then that's where all the technology was manufactured, and that's where all the warehouses were made. And then now we are shipping that same technology that we helped innovate and create back into the United States, and we're paying China for it. And that's what 45 years later, dude. Like, I mean, it's disgusting. So yes, it makes a big difference when we shut down the solar plants that we have. When we shut down the wind turbines. When we shut down the Chips Act that Biden passed. Like all that stuff. It's like it has a big impact. Yeah.
Okay, so back on topic, back on point. I don't know where you went right there. I
Bro,
don't.
that's all gonna have a big impact
We're
for
talking
environmental stuff.
about
That's yes, that's
surfing.
exactly what we're talking about.
We're
We're
talking
talking
about
about
surfing.
manufacturing. We're talking
My
about
God, stay
creating
on point,
technology
Greg.
and for the environment. We're literally on
Holy
topic. What are
shit,
you talking
Greg.
about?
We're talking about the ocean, polluting the ocean,
Yeah.
surfing. Now I'm talking about carbon footprint.
Yeah.
I would love you to do a Google search of how many oil spills due to tankers crossing our ocean. How many
Yeah.
shipping containers have been poured off the side of ships that are in
I don't
our
agree with
ocean?
it.
How
Dude,
much
I
pollution,
want
dude? It's insane.
I don't I hate that. I hate it
And you
too. I
think
hate it.
free
I
trade's
hate
going to
it.
cause more of that, bro?
I hate it. I don't want it to. I want the United
You
States to
don't
have
have
that
any
stuff here.
choice.
I
Your
want it
party
here.
wants free trade. They want more China goods, dude. More.
Wait, I mean, you realize that like we're not like oil tankers aren't where we get a majority of our oil, right? It's all from like Canada, and the United States produces it. We're the number one exporter in the world for oil right now.
Not my point.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
I'm
facts. I'm
talking
sorry to bring
about
the facts and data into this one.
I'm talking about thousands of ships crossing the ocean, dude. Okay? For cheap goods,
Okay. All right.
for world trade.
Let me know. Let me know when you're ready.
And I know that it hits home with you. I can tell, dude. You're a surfer. You hear every word I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, dude. I've dedicated my life in order to minimize like humans' impact on the environment. I love it. I'm a biologist, dude. I love like the environment and animals and life.
You
I
got to
do.
listen. You got to stop trying to be so harsh on me because I think there's a lot of things that you and I probably would hang out and have a great time.
Why?
Probably go surfing, go talk. You can't. You got to stop calling me a super spreader, bro.
Because,
You got to
dude,
stop
I
saying that
mean,
I'm
you got to start
unalike
being
and
better.
millions
Like,
of
what are you
people.
talking
Okay.
about, dude? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, the idea that I have to be soft on you, and that's the only way that you'd hang out with
What
me. I mean,
happened
you
to the
got, but
clock?
you're
What
all
happened
bitch
to the
made.
clock? Typically, you said there's a new clock. Okay, you never put the clock on for me.
Yeah, I know.
And I listen, chat. I apologize. He should have kicked me a long time ago. I don't want to take up all your time, dude. Seriously,
Okay,
get some other people up here. I dog walked you enough.
okay, it's all right. You're running. It's all right. I
I'm
get
not
it.
running.
You're
I
running.
just
It's
want to.
okay. No, it's okay, Liam. Like,
I'm
it's
giving you a lot
okay.
of popularity. I understand. It's fine.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I know.
I
I
loved you
appreciate.
trying to call me out for. I'm not a surfer though. That was great. Love that
It's
point.
Carl's, but it's okay.
It is Carl's. You're right.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, dude. All your other references were all spot on. So, and you are legit. So it's all good.
Yeah, we could talk more. I wasn't even flexing. If I flexed on surfing, you'd be like, "Where can I get your autograph sent to me?"
I mean, surfing's sick, dude. I love it. I love it. I mean, I spent a lot more time at Blacks than I should have when I was going to UCSD. So, that was my main break for a really long time. I learned
You
how
were
to surf
down
at
there
Pagoda Shores.
were you down there when the dudes were taking off all their clothes? That's why you went
They
down there.
still are, dude. They still are, man.
You love it, don't you? Is that why you go down there?
That's not, bro. That's not even where the break is. That's not even. I just walk down. I don't. I just walk down the fire trail, and
Dude,
then
I
it's
know
like
that
right there.
surfers like us, we're down there crack of dawn, okay? We're not the guys down there. I was never the guy that was hanging on the beach, okay? I was the dude that was up there,
Yeah,
crack of dawn, out there, you know,
I'm in business, dude. I mean business when I get
right?
there. I'm like I'm in the water, bro. That's
Fucking pull in and drag and get ready to get covered up, bro. Let's go.
spend some time in the shade.
Hey, don't sit too close to those fucking cliffs down there, dude.
Dude. One kid a year dies like
Yeah,
dying.
listen,
It's
chat.
unbelievable.
Don't if you're on the beach, don't
Hmm.
sit under a cliff to try to get shade.
Oh yeah, it's really dangerous.
Dude, so many people unalive from that. But
All
anyway,
right, man. You gotta. We're gonna talk about evolution later. I'm really curious about your.
yeah, you're gonna give your heart to Christ. You're gonna surrender and repent, and we're gonna move on as brothers in Christ. It's gonna be awesome. I
Something
can
like
see it
that.
happening.
Something like that. Or
I might take one
or
vaccine.
or
I'll do one
I am
vaccine.
him.
I listen. I will do one
Come to me.
vaccine. I will
Come to
do
me.
one vaccine if you give your life to Christ.
Come to me. Come to me. Come to me, my child. Come to me. You will be okay. I am him. Thank you.
Gross.
Right. Thank you.
I'm out, dude.
Thank you.
I'm out.
Wait. Come closer. Come closer, Liam. Come closer, Liam. I tried, guys. I tried. All right. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming in. What a show already. The best live on TikTok live. This is your favorite TikTok streamer's TikTok stream. Your favorite TikTok streamer's favorite TikTok stream. That's what's going on. That's what's here. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. We like to have fun. Also do science sometimes. We got yeah, Puff, we can do it. But we have a queue, so I feel like we'll just have a friend of the show, Mr. Puff. How's it going, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't think I'll be able to top. I don't think I can top Liam, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I just want to bring up some interesting points
Mm-hmm.
about just I want to know your thoughts on this when it comes to education. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was at the beginning of last week, Trump made the announcement that he wants to basically have all museums like the Smithsonian
Yeah.
change the way that history has been perceived so it doesn't make America look bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah. They're
his
going through
thing.
all the
But
placards and stuff too on the
yeah,
national
he wants
parks.
to go through
Yeah.
all the placards and change everything and
Yeah.
whatnot. It's stupid. But the reason I'm bringing up this is because I know he brought up the idea when he first took office of changing the textbooks and whatnot for like history courses, especially American history courses,
Mhm.
and how students have to take a U.S. government course and everything like that. He wants to change all that so it doesn't make America look bad.
Yeah.
But my question is, and we're going to bring it back to science now.
Mhm.
Do you think that he will try to change the criteria to fit his narrative of I'm going to use climate change because
Yeah, they're already doing it.
that's the main scientific point that, politics are using right now. So
Yeah.
so what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he's already doing it with climate change. They're already doing it with, I mean, the executive order that they wrote like 2 weeks ago said that basically all science funding has to be tied to where Trump is personally in agreement with. So, like, they actually cited. This is what's so scary, guys. This is what I'm talking about: manufacturing consent. Like, they made up lab leak in order to manufacture consent on to try to take away science funding. They specifically funded the science that funded zoonotic natural spillover events. So we're talking about the genetic population genetics, the bat coronavirus sampling efforts to the CDC, all that kind of stuff. Specifically cited in the White House executive order about this is like bunk science that can't be, funded anymore. So I mean, it's just disgusting. I mean, you can't do that. There's science isn't ideological like that. It's a fact finding pursuit. We go where the evidence shows, and so yeah, it's a huge problem. I mean, the idea is at least with climate change, hopefully that there are some ecology and stuff is big enough that you can maybe get around it, but they're already banning like climate change words in grants. So it already is happening, and he's already blocking NIH funding and NSF funding anyway at universities. So it's having spiraling impacts already.
Yeah, I bring this up because for the chat that doesn't know, I'm a science teacher, but two of the classes I teach is called Chemistry of Earth Systems.
Oh, cool.
And basically, we are teaching how chemistry works in different things. Like the first unit's going to be CO2 production in the atmosphere and greenhouse gases. But of course, that's going to relate to climate change, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see. I'm from California, so I don't think it will personally be changed that much. But like, let's say Oklahoma, and I hate using Oklahoma all the time, but the reason I do is because they're 50th in education, and they're coming up with all the crazy ideas, such as making teachers from California and New York tests to fit their state's conservative ideologies in order to be employed.
I mean, San Diego got their funding $50 million tied up because they had diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. So the entire school district got $50 million frozen. So it's the Department of Education has a far reach, and if you don't agree exactly with Trump, then that's what it is. It's disgusting.
I'm just curious if, in general, we're gonna have like most of science get cut. You know what I mean? Because I've heard Trump make the argument multiple times. Oh, we teach students a bunch of useless skills that they don't need to know, and education's a big waste of time, especially in the higher levels. And I know he's going to be using science as one of them because he doesn't want anyone to be educated on what's going on with the structures of the world. And I know he's probably going to use math as another one. But with math, I've started to notice with my students, and I teach mostly juniors and seniors in case people are wondering, basic arithmetic is becoming a big problem now. Like I on like Thursday I asked a student what's 5 divided by 5, couldn't do it. So
Dang.
like that a senior level class, by the way. So
No
like this,
way, dude. Oh my
yeah,
god.
I'm not. No, I said 100. I was like, what's 100 divided by 10? Couldn't do it. He needed his calculator. I was like, oh my god. So
No. That's so sad, dude.
that's the problem, right? Is that the system is so like we are deteriorating, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think that has to do with multiple things, but that's a discussion for another time that we can have with, like, tracking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the point is that if like this administration as a whole were to cut, anything to do with, basic arithmetic and stuff, you use basic arithmetic all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Like, you'll use 5 times 5, in just regular life. And if you can't do that without your phone, and like, I don't know, because this is my first year teaching, I don't know how to help that. And that's what I'm worried about with science, is that people are not going to understand that water is H2O. You know what I mean? Like, that's genuinely a concern going through my head.
You're right.
That people aren't going to know what water is.
It's a big problem, like for the RNA vaccines, right? Where people, they just learn about RNA in passing in their high school class, and they don't learn about it again. And then boom, they have a RNA vaccine, and they're like, "What is this?" And it's a new technology. It's it seems like science fiction, and it's sad, man. It really is sad. I mean, and it's not just like, oh, okay, this is a really use case, kind of thing. Like where it actually comes up a lot is courts. So jury duty, you get a jury summons for a murder case, and basically the lawyers have to bring in like these experts to say like what DNA is and what PCR is and how it's very specific. And I mean, think about that. Like, think about a lawyer trying to use PCR now in order to say that, no, we have actual evidence that this person is who it is based off of their genetic sequencing. And they use PCR, which is like the mainstay, the golden standard for, specifically amplifying DNA. And now all these like, conspiracy people are going like, oh, well, I know that PCR is fake and that doesn't do anything. Like what? Like, oh my gosh, that's tainting our ability as a democracy, right? As in order to have a justice system now. It's not just like this ephemeral, like, oh, well, why does it matter? It's like, no, this is like has big cascading impacts.
My wife brought up a good point in the comments. Another field, not just law. That is a good point. Medicine. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about doctors and stuff in like the next generation, like with AI and everything. And I know my students use like generative AI and whatnot. I know they do. I've tried it, but like we can only monitor it so much. You know what I mean? I know if they went to college, they would be using generative AI and stuff like that. It's just kind of the way we're going. But like generationally speaking, I'm more worried about the medical field as well, and just research in general, because we're declining, and that's the point I want to bring up, and something like to think about for the next time we talk. That like what are some things that you can think about to help change this? Because I've been fighting, like mad to bring this, up to the board, that we have students that are 7 grades behind. You know what I mean?
Jeez, oh my god, dude. That's
and I'm talking, and I'm not even. I didn't even bring up like English language learning as a second language. I didn't even bring that part up. Reading is a whole different ballgame. I'm just talking about the STEM aspect of stuff. You know what I mean? So I won't talk anymore. I know you have plenty of guests, and I know they're going to have some great debate points, I'm sure. I just wanted to bring this up to the chat. I know a lot of people in the chat are probably parents, or are going to be parents at some times in the future. And these are just things I'm noticing, and I think it's just important that to be active in your child's educational life. Because another thing that we're having too is that we have a lot of students whose parents are not, that adamant on their child's success and education, which is really disappointing.
Yeah, man. That's sad.
It is really sad to see, and a lot of them don't speak English, but that would be fine. I just want them to care, and a lot of them don't care.
I agree.
So I just wanted to bring that up. I want to, start discussing more about educational stuff with science. So I would love to do stuff with you, Doc, when you have a chance, and I get more set up.
Yeah.
Because I want to try and make a difference, in this country and have people know basic stuff going into civic responsibility with voting and jury duty and everything like that.
Cool. Nice, man. I like it. Yeah, I'm down. However I can help, I'm down. Thanks for being out there on the front lines, man. You're teaching the next generation, and it's huge. So I really appreciate you.
I appreciate that. Look, I gotta teach tomorrow, so I gotta be up early. But I will be back probably next weekend, and I'll let you know how the week went. Okay. We're getting into the nitty gritty, and good luck to the AP students because we got an exam tomorrow for them.
Oh dang! All right, good luck, man. Oh geez, get those 5s. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the goal. And we're the only AP class for chem in the whole. There's only one. There's only 18 students.
Dang! Wow. Good luck, man.
And to answer the chat's question, we do unit exams. The exam's not until May. Like the actual main one. I just have an exam written for them tomorrow.
Nice.
But yeah, thank you all for your time, and thank you, Dr. Greg, of course.
Of course, man.
I love seeing the success that you've had on this
thank you, dude.
live. I remember day one, like a month and a half ago. So
yeah, bro. Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course. I'll talk to you later, and hopefully we can have a longer discussion about the future.
Yeah, we'll get you set up, and then however I can help you get like your production value set up, or give you tips there, or whatever. We'll
dude, I gave you my Discord, so just hit me up. Okay. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you all for your time. Man. Appreciate it.
All right, have a good one, man. Yo. All right, guys. Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone, because this time is your time. Thank you guys so much. Last subscriber base. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the top gifters: Shoes, Mr. Puff, Duocracy, Ruben, Melissa, Jenna, Michael, Diamond. Thank you, the top likers. Thank you for 1,000 likes, or 8,000 likes, like Alina. Thank you so much. Us there, Jenna, Sylvie, Jassy, Krista, Roger, Vanity, Ruben. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. We got $5 super chats if you want to join the conversation that way. Also, we have a link in my link tree to the Discord, so you can join and continue the conversation, where we also have our primary literature. So if you want to talk where we're reading the news articles, or if you also want to look up my publications where I've actually contributed to science a little bit. So you can also do that there. All right, guys. And also, Linktree is my YouTube live archive. So if you guys want to watch the different part of the show, or you want to catch up on other stuff, or if you want to take a break, man, mental health break, totally okay. Get away from this app, totally fine. And you can still catch up with it and watch it tomorrow. Right? Pretty sick. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the gifts and everything. All right. Also, guys, is there anyone in chat? This is my favorite segment that we have just added. I am so excited. This is genuinely one of my favorite ones. Has anyone out there gotten their booster or vaccine this week? Anyone? Has anyone gotten their vaccine or their I am soon? Nice. Anyone gotten their vaccines, boosters? Anyone? Yeah, it's a good one. Do a good one to get. Anyone? Hi, Amber. How's it going? Nice. 2 weeks. October. Good. Night flu shots. There it is. They are still available. So it's a good one. Wednesday. All right. Hey, if you guys get those, come back in here and we will celebrate you. So we celebrate people who celebrate public health, and we appreciate you getting. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Ross. You can get both of them. So get vaccinated. Come back here, and we will celebrate you. If anyone's in the chat, say that you've gotten a vaccine, and we will celebrate you. Nice dreamer. Nice, good, nice, Jen. See, it's very, very important. Very, very important. Sick. Good job, guys. I like it. Okay. I don't think so, bro. That's yeah. I think you're. I don't think so. No, not anymore. But I did. Yeah, absolutely. Shoes, how's it going, man? Friend of the show.
What's up? Hello, sir. Good to talk to you again.
Yeah,
Now,
man.
on the topic of vaccines, you know what I'm mourning? We could have had the 2-for-1 COVID flu. Just make it real easy in one shot. But we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, they already have 4 in the the flu vaccine, so I think that's why they.
Yeah. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I did hear Moderna was, or it was obviously it's either Moderna or Pfizer, but I believe it was Moderna that was the one that was aiming for the 2-for-1. Maybe someone in chat or you can correct me, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I think those kind of vaccine technologies are so cool. You know, I think
I love it.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I also am curious about especially with the variants. You know, like why not put more? Kind of like how we have to do 4 flu strains, like
right.
Multiple variant COVID vaccines, which I thought would be interesting, especially now since it's so broad.
Right.
I actually don't know. I'll have to see. Covariants is the website that you can check for all the COVID variants, because we actually still are technically in a pandemic. So
I was going to say I'm actually still recovering from the razor blade variant. I just got that.
Oh dang!
And it's been brutal. I actually want to ask you this. Since we're on the topic of variants, I haven't asked my oncologist yet, but I'm still getting it, obviously, due to the sense of protection. But we don't have a strain-specific one this year. Is that correct? That's the impression I'm under.
For COVID?
Correct.
That's a good question, man. I don't know.
Like, I know they canceled the necessary meetings to discuss what strains were prevalent this year.
I remember Omar said in chat that they were updating it. So
okay.
There was some people in chat that were saying that they that it was updating. So that's good. At least they're using the old data to update it one more time, I guess. But
any data at all.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, Chris, you're exactly right. I mean, they aren't prioritizing it like they should, and of the mRNA research is being gutted. So
canceled a $500 million grant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Considering I'm still sick, I don't have much in me. But doctor, I just wanted to say yet again, unfortunately, I know you made it big when you get Liam of all people to come up in here and attempt a quote good faith discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said last time, this app is horrible, but man, I'm loving your success, man. You are phenomenal. I hope you're not going to falter under these people, because it's just so exhausting. There's no genuine discourse for them to learn. Obviously there's that rare aha, and like you said, everybody's welcome, but it is rare, and it's worth it when it happens. But it's I don't understand how it's this bad. I don't.
I mean, it's actually pretty wild, man. I think it was like my 4th or 5th live ever. I had like 20 people. I was averaging like 20 people a stream, and Liam came in, and he actually was like, "You're gonna make it big on this app." Within the first thing, it was like within the first 5 minutes, and I was like, "Wow, dude, that's weird. Thank you." And then like our conversation blew up, and so that it all spiraled out of because of that. Yeah, exactly. So it is kind of wild, and it's one of those things where they love the tough love, and he gets really offended by the things that I say to him, but he knows that I'm right, and that's what kind of is the frustrating thing for the both of us.
Well,
So,
you are he is popular on Good Trouble, and I'm not sure if you noticed in the chat, but Good Trouble was actually going to try and come on here. He was caught up with other things,
oh,
but
cool.
Liam never is in it for good faith. You will never get a good response
Mm,
or reaction out of Liam. It's wonderful you're trying and
mm.
you're excellent at it. That's why I love you. But you're not going to get it with Liam. You're just not.
I mean, I've gotten some I think the idea that that he's interested in evolution and he accepts germ theory.
I did
That's a
hear that.
huge thing. That is, you
Right.
guys realize, I mean, that is a huge step forward because he basically agrees with microbiology, but he doesn't agree with immunology. So that's the discordance that we can kind of like talk about. Yeah, and I agree, Sylph. Like people, people can like be bad faith, and that's fine. But it's like one of those things where everyone deserves like having their question asking like a scientist, like talking to one. And even if his questions are in bad faith, maybe someone has the question that is in good faith trying to listen. So it's not just him. It's the people that have the similar positions to him in the audience. So, yeah, immunology is vaccines, so the immune system and all that kind of stuff. So that's why it always pays to be amicable to people like Liam. There are bad guys. There are bad faced toxic people that come in immediately, and who they are. I don't think that Liam is that. To be honest with you, 100%. Like he's not completely toxic. Like he's conspiracy brain for sure. Like
Heavy.
for sure, but so is a lot of other people, and again, guys, like we have, as a science community, we have failed to engage these people for so long, and we kind of push them away, and instead of like pushing them down, we need to kind of give them a hand to come back up into the foray and into society. So
I mean, that's the compassion we need. And honestly, I'm going to lean on you for that because kudos. I agree. I agree. I'm just a little bit more, how do I say, fervent about the issue.
No, I mean, I told him, he got really mad. He like rage quit the call when I told him that like he can't be a patriot, or when he has had blood on his hands for the 1.3 million people that died of COVID, and so he really got mad about that. He came in the next week and he was like, "I'm still mad that you told me that I helped kill like people." So I was like, "I don't know, bro. I mean, like, then take a vaccine. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I literally am trying to get you to listen, but yeah, the healthcare doesn't make you sick, man. Like, it's yeah."
Well, I appreciate you're the one educator that's on here that's so active and you're so vocal about vaccines, man. Because, like I said, like I'm immunocompromised, but even if you're not, it's about being helpful for your own fellow human. Protect you don't know whether they're going through, your mother. Be a good person and look out for somebody. And you are advocating that every single day.
Yeah, dude. I never in my life would have ever thought that vaccines would be like so contentious.
Blows my mind.
I can't imagine. It genuinely does make me wild out, and
it blows my mind.
Just saying that vaccines are safe and effective. Like, look at the comments on my posts, guys. Like, they're the most unhinged, and I don't moderate anything, so anyone can say anything on my posts, and I think that serves a really good purpose because you have people in there that are just like posting memes. Like, I'm posting like reports and publications, and they're going back to their 2022 COVID meme folder and they're posting that stuff. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think it serves like who's actually trying here in order to make a good faith effort in order to make the lives better. And it's not these conspiracy people. It's not the people that are being toxic to civil discourse and public health. And they're just not. And those people, and I do mean this. Oh, wow. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Thank you. And it's these people are at some point going to be, asking for medical treatment, right? They're going to take a vaccine. They're going to be older and they're going to take a vaccine. They're going to go to a physician and they're going to get medical treatment. And that's okay. Like that's okay. And they should feel, at that moment, they should feel a little weird, but at the same time, like it is, if, but like they deserve it. Like science makes the world better for everyone, not just the people that believe in it. So we really do have to be pluralists.
We have to be vocal. My two sisters are teachers, and the vaccination rates amongst the children are at an all-time low. It's just we need it more than ever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but sir, I'll come up here when I'm less sick, because it's the second time I've talked to you. I'm sick, and I don't want to do that to you. So, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah,
thank
man.
you for you do.
Of course.
And
Thanks,
chat.
dude.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
You as well, man.
All right, guys. All right, Ruben. There's another one of those anti-vaccine guys in the chat, and then he left. He requested and left. They never stay. It's so sad. I always wanted to talk to them, but Ruben, what's up, dude? How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Hey, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't really get it how you like push vaccines so hardcore, man. Like
Okay.
you're not like second guessing, like pushing it out so far.
0%.
Like you do it every night, bro.
Yeah.
What if it's like toxic and stuff?
What's more toxic, the disease or a vaccine?
Well, I mean, if you're getting a vaccine to something that you're already freaking immune to, it just kind of doesn't make any sense. Isn't that toxic eventually? Like you're just getting overloaded for no reason.
Your T cells and B cells don't get overloaded like that. No, it's not really how it works.
You don't think it has any damaging effects at all?
No, because you're basically the spike protein is going to be made. Your antibodies are going to be produced from your immune system to attack it, and then that's just what happens. It doesn't get. It's not like a battery where it just goes away if you use it.
No, but it just doesn't make any sense. If someone,
It does.
if you already, like for me, for example, like I've already had COVID twice and I'm okay. Like, why would I ever take a vaccine? It makes no sense.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
So the gene, the cell that you got exposed to might not be the same one that's exposed now. And basically, as the more viral genomes that are out there, the more recombinations that can happen, and the more viral genome recombinations happen, the more different the virus can get. So it's really imperative in public health that viral genomes stay as low, in number as possible. It's really, really important.
I don't, but that doesn't make any sense because it's the same virus.
It does. No, that mutates, man. Do you think that do you think the germ theory is real? Do you think viruses are real?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, okay. I think some.
Do you think evolution is real?
Not really.
Okay,
no.
So that's the discordance.
Because we don't. Well, no, because we don't even see like any, not even like microevolutions on any specific animal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
interesting.
I'm serious. Yeah. Like I don't believe in evolution at all. Like,
okay, interesting. What kind of evidence would you want to see in order to know that evolution is real?
Well, I mean, even among like a species of birds, for example, like you don't see any even like microevolution. Like say there's a bird that doesn't really can't really handle strong winds, but you put it in an environment where it has like stronger winds or something like that, its wingspan isn't going to expand all of a sudden. It's not going to, you know what I mean? Like nothing's going to change. So I don't see how evolution has any. There's no intra-species. There's just nothing. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Okay. Well, there are. So humans are a hybrid species, actually, between Denisovans, Neanderthals, and Homo sapiens. So already that we are a hybrid species, and humans and species can interbreed. Absolutely. Do you know? But you don't think even microevolution is real? Which is, by the way, just microevolution and macroevolution. It's like a Christian apologetics term, but they're the same thing. It's the same process. It's all evolution, by the way. What do you know about nylonase?
No, not really.
So let's say there was like a material, and a bacteria evolved the ability to use it as a food source that it didn't have before, and it gained that function to break down something that it couldn't break down before. Like, would that be considered evolution in your mind?
No, not at all. I don't
How?
think
Why
so.
not? Why not?
Because I think we also do that with like certain foods. Like we can have a bad reaction to some, unless it's like an allergic reaction. But like we can, you know what I mean? Like we could get used to eating something, if that makes sense, that we normally don't do. But what were you gonna like say with it?
So nylon is a new human invention, and a bacteria evolved a protein in order to break nylon down. It's called nylonase. So the ability to break that down was evolved as recently as nylon has existed. So therefore, like, there has been
But what if it's
evolution
just
within the
what if
last
it's
70 years.
I don't know, but what if that's just they introduce a new bacteria that can handle and
Who
start, I don't
introduced?
know, whoever did this experiment. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. I mean, that would be a bacteria that is evolved, though, that ability.
They didn't modify it at all to gain that ability.
Correct. Yeah, it was just a naturally growing bacteria on nylon, and they were like, what is this? And they cultured it, and then they sequenced the genome, and then they found nylonase.
Okay. I mean, yeah, but that I don't see how that's gonna like tie into like microbiology. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I mean, it is microbiology because it is bacteria and it is them evolving. So that is what microbiology is. But like the speciation comes from, maybe that's what you're talking about. Like, why does an evolution of an enzyme mean that speciation has happened? It's because it creates a new niche in the environment. Basically, you have a bacteria community, and it's bifurcated. There's two ways that the community is going to grow now, right? One that's on the nylon as a food source, and one that isn't. So if you are in an environment that has nylon now, you actually have a population of microbes that can actually like use that as a food source, and they'll proliferate. And that's what natural selection is. They're fitter in that environment. So therefore, that's speciation by natural selection. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
Okay, so that's what evolution is then. I mean, then you accept it then.
maybe just on like on a small level like that.
Okay,
I mean,
all right, cool,
because
man.
that's like
I mean,
microscopic, but that's not.
yeah. I mean, you said no before, so you accept that. I think that's a huge step forward. I mean, so there's also like ways that things can de-evolve. I think these are actually really interesting. In my opinion, these are really interesting. So like, for example, inside of your genome, Homo sapiens, like most of the time, like vitamin C is a crucial thing for our immune system. So most mammals make that. They make that within their genome. We have a gene for it, actually. We actually have inside our genome, we have a gene to make vitamin C. But humans evolved to have mutations inside of that gene to turn it off. It's called a pseudogene. So basically, the humans that were eating enough citrus to get the vitamin C, well, they didn't need to spend metabolic currency on creating vitamin C when there's so much in our diet. And the humans that developed those mutations, well, they're going to be more fit. So that's what happened. So that's why you and me don't make our own vitamin C, but dogs can, for example. Like, isn't that wild? Isn't that cool?
No, not really. That's kind of
Oh,
a downgrade. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Because shouldn't we?
Exactly.
No,
No,
but that's
no.
not
It's
real. That's not.
it is real. It is de-evolution is an interesting thing because you got to think about it in terms of fitness. So if you have a human that is eating enough citrus all the time that they don't need to make vitamin C, and then they have another human that is making that has that mutation in it, the one that has the mutation is going to be fitter. They're going to have more energy in order to do things. They're going to have more energy to make more muscle cells. They're going to be, fitter in order to use that energy in other places, metabolically.
I know, but that ability would just come back. You know what I mean? Once you stop consuming so much vitamin C, it's kind of like testosterone. If you
Exactly. That
no
is what
no no
evolution
no
is.
because
Exactly.
no because like
Yes.
this, if
You
you get
got
on
it, dude.
testosterone, no,
Yes,
because
you
if you get
got
on
it, bro.
testosterone, your
You
body no
got
longer
it.
produces as much.
You got
But
it,
then as soon
dude.
as you get off of testosterone, you got
Okay.
to build up your
And
natural T.
there's lots of other things too. So like, for example,
But that's not evolution, dude.
yeah, no,
That's
it
just
is. It is. You got it. You literally, that's so cool that you literally, dude, I think you're having an epiphany right now. Genuinely. I think that's really cool.
I'm
So
not. It's just
you
that's
are,
just our body
we're learning
reacts
together,
to.
dude. It's okay.
No,
You're
dude.
learning. Yeah, you're learning. It's okay, dude. You don't have to, fight it. Like so there's another like cave lizard. It's really cool. You can actually, so if you're I think it's a gecko or something. So there's a gecko species that they went into a cave, a bat cave, and the geckos have no eyes. They literally accrued mutations in order to
That's
take
just
away their eyes.
those are just temporary adaptations to an
You think it's
environment, man. It's
temporary
not.
adaptations to not have eyes? No, dude. No,
No, but
it's a
like
very permanent
there's
change. It's a very permanent
well in
change.
that case it's different. But I'm saying
Okay.
like, you
Yeah,
know
but
what I mean?
exactly. So we're talking about speciation, where those geckos now, because basically if it's super black in there, right? You only the eyes are only a source of infection, and those are that population of geckos with eyes are going to die quicker, right? So you just evolve the mutations to accrue in those the eye genes for pseudogenes, basically, right? The same process with the vitamin C, and then the eyes go away, and now those geckos are actually more fit. I mean that's how speciation happens. That's how it works. Isn't that cool?
I guess, but you can
Cool, nice.
you
Well, you
attribute
said
it to
before
like
you said it wasn't cool,
evolution.
but now you're saying I guess. So we're making progress, dude. I love it. We're making progress, man.
Well, no, because you're attributing it to like evolution, but I'm
It
just saying
is.
that's just adaptation, temporary adaptation to an
No,
environment.
it's not temporary adaptation.
Or
So temporary adaptation is like, for example, like like some toads and stuff will have when it gets super cold, like they will like turn on genes that make hooks on the inside of their hands, so that they can, because when it gets cold, then it's winter months, and if when it's winter months, it's time to mate. So they literally need to have like claws to grip onto the female. So it's like that's a temporary adaptation. But like but that or heat shock proteins are a really big one too. It gets super hot, you're going to have a lot of reactive oxygen species, hydroxy radicals being created, and you need some way of like tampering those down. So all that transcription mechanisms like start going on, and they starts turning on, and then we have heat shock proteins being made, and then once the heat's gone, then you don't need to make those proteins anymore, and it's turned off. I mean, so it's well known. It's well known.
I know, but it's almost like you're just choosing like selecting like random animals that are
No, it's not
that
random animals.
easily. No,
No.
because like for example, human beings, we don't have like differences between ourselves. You know what I mean? Like whether someone lives in a cold climate or a hot climate, there's
Uh-huh.
no difference. You know what I'm saying? So, and that includes like even like Siberian tigers, for example, comparing to Bengal tigers. There's no actual, other than like the size of them, I don't think there's any difference.
But
So,
there's different species, right?
not really. It's the same species. It's a tiger.
You don't think that there's different species of tigers?
Well, they're different in the sense of like their size or whatever, but they're not completely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's so you can have species that are like there's four. We just read a paper yesterday that there's 4 species of giraffes now. Like we actually know because of like genome sequencing that there's actually, like basically like a species is basically just a group of interbreeding organisms in a population. It's really not that much. So you just have a population that and what's happening is that as we use sequencing now, we can actually see through sequencing that there's actually a lot more species than we thought. It's this thing called cryptic species. So cryptic species look identical to the other species, and we just can't see it with our eyes, or morphologically we can't see it. But then we look at the sequencing, and it's like, these guys only like breed with each other, and these guys only breed with each other over here. Like, for example, killer whales is another one. There's like a really specific, groups of them that only breed with one another. So, once sequencing came online, now we really understand more like what a species like kind of is. Yeah. There's it's the travelers, the residents, and all that kind of transient in the residents. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Okay, so it's just stuff like that that makes you believe in evolution, like on a grand scale.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I use it in the lab, bro. It's not like something that I need to like believe by things that I'm reading. I'm like using it every day in the lab. So it's a natural process that happens with organisms. Like it is what it is.
I don't know. I think just exposing it to different chemicals or different sequences, I don't see how that's like evolution. I just think that's adaptation.
No, it is. That's what
Viruses can adapt. They can,
yeah, they
you know what I
evolve.
mean?
They evolve. Yeah. They change those adaptations basically.
Yeah, but you know what doesn't make sense?
Sure.
Because, no, go ahead. My bad.
What doesn't make sense? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say in specifics to in regards with like COVID, it doesn't make sense because like I think I spoke to you last time about this, and I said how my brother got it, and it was so bad for him that he went to the hospital.
Yeah.
But for me, it wasn't bad at all. But we're brothers from like the same parents. How can it? You know what I mean? I mean, he is like a few years older than me, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because it's so. Does it make any sense? Like how it's severe for one person and not the other, even though their genetics are almost the same.
Yeah, I mean, we have to. We are still studying that. Like, why? So you can have SARS-CoV-2 positive, right? You can have SARS-CoV-2 in your gene on your body, and it's culturing, and it's living, and then separately you could have COVID-19. So COVID-19 is the disease caused by SARS-CoV-2. So you have to have a viral load that gets to a point that it causes more disease in your body. So basically you are probably SARS-CoV-2 positive, but then you didn't develop COVID-19 off of it. So that's the difference. Just like how you can have HIV, but you don't get AIDS sometimes, right? So it's like we have viral we have medications now that stop HIV from progressing to AIDS. You could get a low viral load of SARS-CoV-2, doesn't develop into COVID-19. So it happens.
I know, but the thing is, like with these booster shots or these continually to go and get them, I don't understand how that makes sense. Why would you have to go and get a booster?
Yeah, it's because
it only lasts in your system like 6 months or what?
The antibody production does peak around 6 months, yeah. But again, because it's a pandemic still, so you have viral genome recombinations that are happening across the globe. So it creates new genome combinations for the virus. So, single mutations with your body can actually mutate. So every single time that it has an antibody, there's this thing called somatic hypermutation where it'll actually because your immune system evolved in a world with viruses that mutated their own genomes, right? So if a single mutation happened, and it rendered the immune system completely inoperable, then there has to be some kind of like arms race thing that happens, and that's what happens. So anyway, so somatic hypermutations means that a single nucleotide changes, you'll be okay, but viral genome recombinations, it's more like taking huge chunks and just shuffling it, and it happens all the time. So it's harder for us to have that that sequence be a complete match, and it's just more efficient to have a new booster given. So that's why you have flu boosters every year. That's why you have COVID boosters every year. It makes sense.
Okay, but I mean, so that's what you guys were trying to figure out, like why in some people the whatever you said the COVID doesn't get to the point where it's, you know what I mean?
It doesn't. Yeah.
That's what you guys were trying to.
So basically, it is kind of like still an interesting question why SARS-CoV-2 would be asymptomatically spread. Asymptomatically meaning you don't have any symptoms of COVID-19, but you're SARS-CoV-2 positive. So why does that spread so rapidly versus like some people are dying from COVID-19? You know, and it is an interesting. It is an interesting case, you know, and still, you know, COVID, and a real big reason to still get vaccinated for COVID is the long COVID. Long COVID impacts about 20% of people that have COVID-19 symptoms develop long COVID, and that's a neurodegenerative disease. And we really don't understand the mechanisms of that very well. So, and that could last for a really long time. People have, it's basically kind of like a chronic fatigue syndrome that develops. So you definitely want to get COVID boosted because you do not want long COVID.
Well, I mean, can't they just go get vaccinated and remove it or help aid
It's a
with
really
it?
good question, dude. Yeah. So
Well, how do you know if someone has long COVID or if it's just, you know what I mean?
dude, really good questions. Genuinely, there's long COVID clinics trying to see if it's like, and you can actually like COVID will actually start storing itself in different places in the body, like in the testes of men, which is kind of interesting. So you can kind of like have a latent infection, especially if someone's immune compromised. You can actually have a SARS-CoV-2 reinfection that just keeps happening over time. So it's it is really interesting, man. This is what immunology is all about. We study this stuff. It's really cool.
I know, but I think it's kind of messed up that, like, for example, you know, kids couldn't get it, but yet you guys still had, like, people were still trying to push a
No,
vaccine
they
for
can still get
children.
it. Yeah, they could still get it. There's kids
No,
that
dude, kids were immune to
no,
it.
no, they're not. They're not.
Yeah, that's why
No, they're
during
not.
the
No,
pandemic,
no, they're not.
that's why people were so against
No,
schools shutting down
they're
because,
not. They
well,
get
you
it.
can't
They
just
get
say
it.
no, bro, because
They do. I can. Because they do get it. They do get SARS-CoV-2. They do. It's just that it doesn't progress into COVID-19 necessarily, but they're still spreading it, and it could also trigger other diseases too. So it's it's a big thing. And there was actually someone in here that came in a couple weeks ago that were talking about her kid is one of those ones where it's like if they got SARS-CoV-2, it could actually trigger like this really bad chronic fatigue syndrome that would basically render their kid like functionally like crippled. So it's like they have to like be super careful still of SARS-CoV-2 because if they get an infection, it'd be really bad.
I don't know, but it's pretty much eradicated by now. Like, no one's
Definitely not.
really.
No, it's the opposite. Actually, it's a pandemic still, so it's everywhere. It really is everywhere. So it's definitely not eradicated. Eradicated means that there just isn't any viruses out there. So we almost eradicated like measles, for example, like in the United States. We did a really good job, and then unfortunately these anti-vaxxers came out, and then now now these viruses are actually starting to populate more.
Oh, you mean like do you consider the Maha like anti-vax?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, they are.
How can you say that, dude?
They
They're
literally, I
not
mean, RFK,
anti-vax.
absolutely. RFK is the head of like the Maha movement, and he's literally talking about how vaccines are unsafe. That I mean, it's insane. Yeah.
Well, no, I think he's talking about some of them, and I think he's talking about the loads of vaccine we're given to children as they're
No,
growing up nowadays. It's double comparing to what we had when we were kids.
that's
We weren't getting
awesome.
that
That is
many.
so sick.
That's
That is amazing. I love
Dude,
that.
that's terrible, man.
No,
What do you
it's
mean?
not. See, this is
Even though like
anti-vaccine. See, this is
no,
literally
no.
anti-vaccine. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not anti-vax, bro, and then be like, oh, nobody should get
What do you
vaccines.
mean?
Like,
You just
come on.
admitted that we didn't get that many
Because they
as we
weren't
were
there.
growing up.
Yeah, because they weren't there. They weren't. That's
I know,
like
but we're healthier than the new generation. Like every
no,
generation's
you're not.
getting worse, bro. Yeah, we
No,
are.
that's not true.
Yeah,
That's
it
not true.
is.
No, no, it's not.
Kids these days, they all have like autoimmune diseases and
Because
stuff like that,
we're
and their
our detection
allergies are
capabilities.
getting.
No, our detection capabilities are getting better. So we understand sequencing, we understand the signs better, we understand the tests better, and they're people are
Do you know
being.
that I think autism went from what was it, 1 in 10,000 to like 1 in less than 100 now or something like
Yeah,
that?
and
That's
guess what?
crazy,
Like
man.
adults autism tests are going off the church too. People are getting diagnosed. All those boomers are like, wow, dude, that's actually me. That sounds a lot like symptoms that I have. And yeah, it's
Nah,
happening all
dude,
the
you're
time.
just trying to
Yep.
skew the
Nope.
numbers, bro.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
You don't think so? Like, you don't
Dude,
think,
do you
even
know how many
though
left-handed
technology
people?
has
No. Do you know how many left-handed people there were 150 years ago?
probably the same amount as today.
Nope. There's zero. There was zero left-handed people because you were writing with your right hand. That's what happened. And culturally, we forced people to write with their right hand. That was it. You weren't allowed to write with your left hand. So as we in society, as we have recognized that left-handed people exist and they are there and they are real, wow, dude, all of a sudden, left-handed people, bro, it goes to zero and now 30% of the population is left-handed. I don't believe it. Why are you forcing your left-handed propaganda on me? You know what I mean? It's like,
Dude, that's like a total false equivalency, bro.
no,
You
it
can't.
isn't. It's a one-to-one,
It's
direct
it,
equivalence.
it's not, dude.
It
Like,
is. It is. You should think about
comparing.
this. But after this conversation, it's exactly the same, because
No,
it really is, because they exist in the population and we are just detecting them better because we are allowing them to exist now. You should think
no.
about
I
it.
think it's just. I just think it's parental neglection. That's what I
I
think it
think that
is.
it's like allowing people to be left-handed is just neglect. I mean, how that's disgusting. Why would you
Well,
allow
no,
that?
not in that case, bro. Not.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
So
mean?
why?
Like,
No, I'm serious. I think it's disgusting. Like, why are we having 0% to left-handedness and now we're allowing its degeneracy?
no, dude. That's not the same thing. Like, allergies and immune diseases and stuff like that.
It's dude, are you kidding me? Writing with your left hand is diseased, man. What are you talking about? How is your brain broken like that?
Come on, man. Dude,
I
keep it
know
serious.
exactly.
Like,
Right-handed. I know. I'm being very serious, dude. Left-handed people, like that is a shadow world stuff. It doesn't make any sense.
no, but it is proven, dude. It's like
It's
we
proven that
were
you only
healthier
write with your right
before,
hand, and you should
and
only write
now
with
it's
your
like
right hand.
we have more vaccines than ever, and yet society is so
We have
unhealthy.
more left-handed people than ever. It's disgusting. We should have. I mean, we have to
That's
stop
not
it.
unhealthy, bro. That's
It's
not,
exactly unhealthy to write with your right hand.
dude. It's not, man. You got to be
It
serious. Like,
is. I am very serious.
even
I'm
though we
very
have so many
serious.
vaccines
Why did we go
nowadays,
from zero left-handed to 30% left-handed?
that's why it's
Why are
like
these people pushing their left-handed propaganda on me?
hating on Maha for no
Why
reason,
are we
man. It's
hating on
like,
right-handed people, dude?
no, dude. Like, for real, man. Like, Maha's like, you don't think it's a good thing that he's trying to get rid of
No.
preservatives out of
They're
food,
awful.
dyes
They're
out of our
awful.
food?
No. No,
What are you
dude.
talking about, bro? In order for these corporations to sell their stuff into Europe, we're eating trash, bro. America's ghetto. Like,
No,
in
dude.
order to
No.
sell, like, yeah, dude, cereal,
No.
sodas, things like that, it
No.
all has to be modified before they can
No.
sell it in Europe. What do you mean,
No,
no?
of course, dude, because Europe has different things. They like genetically modified organisms. They don't allow it there, so of course it has to be like changed. And I don't agree with that. I don't get my legislation from Euro. What's wrong with you? Why don't you like move to Europe if you want to live there so bad, dude? I'm an American.
You don't want to live a healthier life,
If you
dude?
want to
Like,
live in Europe,
you're okay with
go live in Europe, dude. I want to live like in America. I'm American.
low health standards
I'm a
and
patriot. What
crappy food quality
whatever
quality
you want to, dude.
by
If
the
you want to live like a European, go over there. Go right left-handed in Europe. I'm
dude, come
right-handed
on,
and I'm
take it
American.
seriously,
I'm
man. It's
taking it
like
seriously. What are you talking about?
you're not
I
taking
fly
it
the flag. I
seriously,
write
dude.
with my right hand, and I live in America,
How can you not want your kids to eat healthier food? I'm pretty sure you steer your kids away from like the, highlighter colored cereal boxes and stuff like that. Come on.
bro.
Like, you don't,
They're active. They don't overeat, and they do jujitsu, and they're super active. Like, and they play tons of sports. Like, why would I? Like it doesn't matter the amount of food dye that they're taking. Like, people in the United States aren't obese because of food dyes and preservatives,
yeah,
bro.
they are.
No,
They're
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 not.
obese because of these
No,
seed oils,
no, that's
because of these
completely wrong.
freaking.
No, it's not
How can
right.
you say something like
No,
that, bro?
it's not true.
Come
It
on.
just isn't. No, it's not.
Yes, it is, dude. You're gonna
Okay,
sit there and say that
okay, that's fine.
artificial dyes and all these preservatives are not affecting people?
It's not at the levels that you're thinking of. It's not. It's
Okay, and
because it's people are obese. That's why the disease is going up, is because they are obese, and they're obese because they're having too many calories. They're having too many calories because because
But you
processed
don't think it's
foods
also something to do with low quality foods?
processed foods are more readily available, so they're easy to overeat and overeat your calories. That I agree with, right? So processed food does make you feel less satiated. So you eat a bunch of 1,000 calories of processed foods versus 1,000 calories of whole veg and a steak. You're going to feel completely different, right? You're going to feel full with the fiber from the veg, all that kind of stuff. With the processed foods, it's just gonna feel like you could eat another 1,000, and that's what people do, man. They I worked at Starbucks, and bro, I would feed people these frappuccinos that are like 2,000 calories, and they would come in and have 2 of them a day. It's like, whoa, dude, they didn't even know that they're drinking 4,000 calories. It's like, it has nothing to do with the food dye or the preservatives in the frappuccino stuff. It's just that they're drinking 4,000 calories, and that's like way too much, man. It's way too much food. I mean, way too many calories.
So you don't think the preservatives and the dyes are harmful at all?
Dude, preservatives are like, if we didn't have preservatives, you would just have more food waste. Are you okay with food waste?
If it's expired food, yeah, I don't see the big deal.
Okay, do you know how much
It's
food is
better
actually
than like
wasted in the United States? 90% of the food that we make in the United States is wasted. So do you want 99% food waste? Is that something that you think is a big problem in the United States?
no, but like we should still
Okay, so
keep
then we
food
should have
more natural. That's not an
preservatives. So
excuse
we
to
should have
like
preservatives,
that's
dude.
you're just
Yeah.
excusing having like low standards, bro.
No,
Like
I'm not. No, because no, like literally it's the opposite. Like, so for example, I genetically modified a potato to have a preservative inside of it, because if you bruise the potato, it turns it brown. The nutritionally, they're exactly the same. It's just that you create some reactive oxygen species inside of the potato. It turns it black and it looks bad.
yeah,
But
but
nutritionally, they're exactly the same. So the
I mean,
preservative, no bruise, without preservative, potato black, nobody wants to eat, and that's food waste. So we just created that preservative inside of the genome of that potato in order to not have that food wasted. Is that okay?
no, not really, because
No, it's not okay. So you want
you're
more
not
food
gonna
wasted.
follow
You want more
through. No,
potato
bro.
wasted.
No, but you're not gonna follow through with it to see if it has side effects in the long run, like
Of course
modifying
we
food
are.
like that.
Of course we are.
How are you gonna follow through with it once you release it and
What are
say
you
it's okay
talking
for?
about? You're just
That's what I'm saying, like with
you're
the
changing the
FDA, dude.
genes, exactly, and this is why you should move to Europe, dude, because they agree with you that they don't believe
Well, they
in
eat
genetically modified
healthier. They
foods, and no, they don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No.
They eat healthier. They live longer.
It sounds like,
America's
dude, it sounds like you want
we
to
have a
live in Europe,
low
bro. I'm American,
we have
so
a low
I don't
life
know. I don't
a
know.
low life expectancy, dude.
Yeah, well, it's because of Republican states. If you look at the life expectancy of Georgia
What?
versus California, it's completely different. It's 15 years, bro. And it's because of the obesity rates in Republican states, because they have obesity and a cultural problem.
That's crazy, dude. You're gonna say that Democrats live longer than Republicans?
Look at the
That's
states. Look at the states, dude. Look at all the Republican southern states, bro. It's like 15 years versus California. It's access to healthcare. It's access to, like, food that's not, the better food. It is better food in the fact that you feel satiated. There's a study that was just done about minimally versus ultra processed foods. Basically, people that ate on a 500 calorie deficit would feel satiated if they used minimally processed foods, but ultra processed foods, they felt sicker. So
I know, but
that
that's
is a
like I know, but like you're kind of just how do I say, you're still ignoring the fact that if we do get rid of preservatives and dyes and all these things in our food and chemicals and stuff like that, and even like the simplest thing of like using freaking corn syrup instead of actual sugar to sweeten our
Yeah,
foods.
that's not going to make that big of a difference, dude. It's all about the calories. It's about the
It
calories, bro.
is, dude. Come on.
No, no, it's not. People have been lying to you, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I
I'm
just
not.
think you're biased because you don't like RFK, bro. But like you
No,
can't,
I've
you know
I've,
what I
I've had
mean?
this feeling
Because
before
you got to
RFK
be
came
honest.
on
Like if
here.
he would
No,
have,
I'm sorry.
no, dude, be honest. Like if he would have stayed on the Democratic ticket, you would have voted for him, right?
Nope.
Because a lot
No,
of the people
no.
that would have voted for What do you mean? Like a
He
lot of the
wouldn't have
people that would
won.
have
He
voted
wouldn't have
for.
won. So I mean, if he would have won against Trump, then yeah, of course I would have voted for him versus Trump. But I would vote for a lot of people versus Trump. Basically anyone, Mitt Romney, McCain, George W. Bush. Like what do you mean?
What do you mean, dude? A lot of people like RFK when he was
No, he
running.
didn't.
You know,
No,
yeah,
he
they did.
didn't.
He was on Joe
No, he didn't.
Rogan.
Who cares if he was
I
on
think he was
Rogan? That doesn't mean anything. He didn't. We didn't
like
have
I think the
any
Bernie
voters. That's
Bros
why he
liked
didn't do
him.
well. That's why he got dropped so quickly.
He would have got. I think he would have got the Bernie voters and
No,
stuff like that.
no. Maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't care, dude. I don't care about people being misguided on, RFK. That I'm not like that doesn't sway me. I'm a scientist, dude. I'm looking at the actual publications. I'm looking at actual things. Like I can make up my own mind about
I know,
things.
but are you sure you're not biased at all? Like,
I am
you know what I
extremely
mean?
biased towards science. Absolutely. Because it's
No,
a
I'm saying like
fact-finding way of pursuit of
selectively.
facts.
Like
Yeah,
you're
I am.
within science, you're
Yeah,
selective.
no, nope, nope.
Are you
Scientific.
sure,
Yeah, no. Science. The science is very clear,
dude?
bro. The
If you
science is
said
very,
you
very clear.
no, but if you
It
said like you
is.
guys were trying to do something to where like almost like vaccinating vegetables or something like that, that's crazy, man. You don't think
No,
that's kind of insane
what? No,
to
you're talking
modify?
about no. What you're talking about the research that I did in my PhD, where we were trying to create RNA vaccines inside of lettuce. So it was like a way in order to
Because someone
create.
said like on a right-wing podcast that they were trying to
Yeah,
vaccinate vegetables, dude.
yeah, Michael Flynn, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I had Michael Flynn coming after me, and then that's where I got all we got death threats, and we had people coming after us, and we had to have security on our lab and all that kind of stuff. So is that okay? Can we do that?
No, that's messed up. But I mean,
Okay, cool,
what you
cool.
guys were doing, did you actually think that was fine? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I
Because you're
mean, but I'm not
how
going.
can
I'm not going to like the grocery store and making all the vaccines have lettuce. I mean, sorry, all the salads have lettuce vaccines inside of them. It's like, or sorry, all of the salads have vaccines. Yeah, I mean that we weren't doing that. It was just like it's an academic idea about like the rapid creation of vaccines inside of plants. So like the whole, I mean, it was funded by the NSF because we wanted to see if you could go to a field, like let's say you have like troops or something that are outside of a major city, and they got a bioterrorist like call, like they're going to be using this in order to like against your troops, and you need a rapid vaccine in order to make sure that your troops are going to be able to survive. So theoretically, this would be a process that would take a month in order to make the vaccine, because you would have to ship it in order to be made inside of a bacteria or a yeast, and then it would have to ferment, and then it would have to be extracted, and then you'd have to take it out and ship it. It would take weeks, if not a month, in order to do this, the rapid creation of the vaccine. But for troop safety, the DoD funded this, and so that you could actually create and spray nanotechnology enabled DNA delivery mechanisms on these plants, and then the plant creates a vaccine inside of it, and then boom, you could eat that plant, and then you'd be able to get a vaccine within 2 or 3 hours instead of 2 or 3 weeks. So is that okay? Can we do
even
that?
even if your body would metabolize it?
That's a great question. I mean, hopefully enough of it would be some type of efficiency that it would still be working. But yeah, you're right that it would have to get past
And
that.
you guys never got that far to where you guys could actually test it out or what?
Inside the gut?
Yeah, like did you guys ever like try to actually grow it inside of a lettuce?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
guys
we
ever
produced it inside of
successfully
a
do it?
lettuce. Yeah, yeah, we did that.
And then did you guys try it out and test it out
Eat
to
it?
see if your
No, no.
body
That's like
by
science. That you
metabolizing
can
it
have a
instead of
purpose. You can have a purpose, and then you can make a step towards that purpose without actually doing the entire claim. And that's how science works all the time. You don't have to like go through the entire thing.
okay, but you don't think that could have been kind of like a, you know what I mean? Kind of like it could have started something that's kind of messed up in society. You know what I mean? Like if someone
So
else, the
so
wrong
what?
people got
So
their hands on.
who's deciding? Who's deciding what science I can do?
I don't know, probably like the CDC and that particular like,
Okay,
you
well
know what I mean?
I mean the DoD literally funded it, and they gave money in order to fund it. So they did do that.
So then why'd you guys get defunded? Or didn't you say it got pulled or what?
I mean, all of science funding is being pulled right now, because of Trump making politics like into science research. But
Well, I mean, in a way, I know this might sound messed up. I do feel sorry for anyone that has lost their job. You know what I'm saying? But like in especially with like maybe not what you do, but like especially with like cancer research and medical research, I don't see any predominant breakthroughs that have happened over the past 20 years. But
what?
yet we're just
What are you talking
endlessly
about, bro?
funding billions.
What are you
We're
talking
funding
about?
billions and billions of dollars
Okay,
into this stuff, but they're not making any
no
breakthroughs,
breakthroughs. You don't
bro.
have any breakthroughs. Okay, so I made
No, dude,
a
my
okay. Let me
no,
okay. No
not maybe not
breakthroughs.
again, not
Just okay. Let's just spitball again.
no, because
So
it's probably not
I
your field. I'm talking
it's
about
not
like
my field.
medical,
Okay, it's not my
no
field. Okay,
cancer
so
research.
okay. Well, chill. I made a algae cell that had an immunotoxin produced inside the chloroplast, and that immunotoxin could be purified, and then it targeted non-Hodgkin's lymphoma stage 1 cancer cells inside of mice and killed those cells. Is that okay? Can I do that research?
Yeah, but if it never
Okay,
actually
sick. All right,
produces any
sweet. So we went from
results
I
when it
can't
comes
do
to
it and
no,
it's not my
dude,
field to saying it's okay. So thank you, dude. Thank you for being honest. I appreciate you.
no, it's not that. It's just
It was.
there
You
needs to
literally
be
said I couldn't
breakthroughs.
do it, and there was no breakthroughs, and now you're you don't think that's a breakthrough? You don't think that was a breakthrough?
Not if it's not going to be successful in humans. You know what I mean? Like
I
it's
mean, well, bro, that's how breakthroughs. That's how science research works, man. It's like literally
I know, but like,
that's what
dude,
happens.
the amount of money we send towards like cancer research and all that,
But
and it
that's
just
yeah, but that's how
it
breakthroughs happen, bro. Because the actual fundamental research science stuff isn't profitable for 30, 40 years until it actually gets through. Like, do you realize that
30, 40 years. That's
yeah,
insane, bro.
I
That's
know,
a lot of money wasted. Just
it's not wasted. It's not wasted. What are you talking about? You think, what do you think? Science just like has someone has an idea and it's just like boom.
no, but
Like
like I mean,
science is fundamentally making revolutionary breakthroughs in order to improve your life, and your only retort is why isn't it happening faster?
no, it's just you can count like the years and the decades that we haven't had any breakthroughs. I'm
What are
saying
you
like
talking about? Of
substantial.
course, you have no idea what you're talking about. You do not
No, dude.
understand what the breakthroughs are, and so then you're saying that they don't
Okay, let me.
exist, but that's not true.
Can I give an? Can I
Can
give
I
a
give you
story and an
another example?
example?
Can I give you another example
No,
that you don't know
can I
about?
say something real
No,
quick?
because you already made a claim that I need to rebut, and you're saying disinformation, so I have to say something about it. So
I know, but
again,
like you
so
have to
another.
wonder why I drew this conclusion and why I
Let
agree
me
with the Trump administration.
Well, I
Go
kind of
ahead.
understand that you already don't think that there's any breakthroughs. Then why would you fund it? So I don't really need to understand anything more. So just in molecular biology alone, there's been CRISPR-Cas9 gene therapy stuff or CAR T cell
Okay, but
targeting gene
I'm talking
therapy
about
that is like
yes, but
literally cured cancers, specific ones. And we have that happening in the last 10 years.
no, we haven't, dude.
Yes, we
People,
literally
I'm
have. What
talking
are you
about like
talking about? You didn't even know about them, and now you're telling me that they didn't exist?
no, I'm saying like things that we can actually apply. Like
They've
you know what I
literally
mean? Like we're
applied to
actually
people, and they've actually applied in humans, in human trials. They've done it. You don't know about them, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You just
dude,
don't know that
all
they're
the
happening.
majority of like cancer patients, they're still going through chemo. Chemo's been around since the 70s or
I know, and it's
60s, bro.
frustrating,
There's nothing.
Yeah, they have
That's what
gene
I'm
therapies
saying,
now,
dude.
dude. There's dozens of
Gene
FDA.
therapy is not. Go ahead.
Is not what?
It's
Gene
not
therapy?
new. It's not
It's not
something
new.
new. It's
Oh,
not a.
it's not
It's not a
new.
breakthrough.
It's not breakthroughs. Okay, what is?
I don't know. That's the thing because we've
Okay,
been
so then it sounds
funneling
like you
so
don't know
many
what you're talking
billions of.
about this. Why are you talking about a field of molecular biology that you don't even know?
It's not about molecular biology.
It
It's
is.
about
That's
cancer
literally the
research
field of
and
gene therapy. That is literally the field of gene therapy is molecular biology, because you are actually delivering DNA, and molecular biology is working with DNA and RNA. So you
I
don't
know,
have
dude,
to be
but
an
like
expert,
you
bro.
can't.
Listen,
You
listen.
can't.
You don't have to be an expert in everything that you talk about. You can just say, "I don't know." It's okay.
It's not
It's
that.
really
It's people are
frustrating when talking to
frustrated.
someone and they're saying like the stuff that doesn't exist and it's not happening, and you just don't know about them that exists. So it's like that you
I
can just
do.
say, "I don't know."
No, because I do know,
You
dude. Like
don't know. You
that's
didn't
the
even know
thing.
about CAR T
I want
cells.
to give
You
an.
don't. You don't even know about CRISPR. You don't
I'm
even know
just saying,
about the
like
gene
medical
therapies. Like, what do you?
breakthroughs that are.
So,
We
what's a
haven't
gene
had
therapy?
any.
What's a medical breakthrough for you?
I don't know, because that's the thing. I want to give
Well,
like an
that you have a
example. Like,
really big, concrete definition of a breakthrough. What is it?
for example, Russia's working on a freaking cancer vaccine. Why don't we have that here? We're not. We're not making any progress, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
That's I. What? Like, what are you talking about,
We're
dude?
not. We're
What's
not,
the
dude.
what's the
Like,
science of it?
people
What's
who
the
have
science?
cancer right now,
What's the
they're
science of
still
it?
going
Okay,
through.
okay. So what's the science of it? The cancer
I don't
vaccine.
know.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm not going to
What
study like the Russian
what
articles
is
and
it?
what they're doing
Well, you should.
out
You
there
should
in
know. This is
Russia.
your breakthrough moment. This is your breakthrough that you think
No,
is the
I'm just saying.
fundamentally changing all of science, and you don't even know about it.
Well, dude, I'm just
What
saying
would
for
it be?
America, like we're pumping so many billions of dollars into medical
And we're
research, dude. And
the world leader in this stuff.
no, we're not, dude.
Yes, we
Russia and China
are. No,
blew
we're
past
not.
us a
See,
long
this is
time
dude.
ago.
This is wild. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that you're sitting there to like
You're not gonna.
dolling up and you're just bootlicking all of Europe and saying how good it is to live in Europe, and then now you're not even proud of the things that we are the world leaders in, and you're just anti-American, bro. Like you just have no
No
patriotism
way,
and you
dude.
don't care about the
That's the
Americans.
Democratic Party, bro. Are
No,
you
that's
kidding me?
literally you right now. That is you. You do
How
not
is that
care
me,
about the
bro?
things that America is
Trying to
actually doing
level.
well in. You don't even
I'm
know what
trying to
we are
level
the
up.
world leaders in. You don't care about the things that we've developed. You don't care about the technology that we've made here and we've developed. That, by the way, all the world is just like, holy shit, could we possibly do just 1% of how well the United States is doing well on this right here? They are so enamored with
I
us.
highly doubt anyone's
Oh,
saying that
oh,
in
okay.
regards
Shit.
to
Again, I'm sorry.
the
You're
medical
the world
dude. In
leader in
regards
this.
to
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. Russia is making a cancer vaccine. Let's see. I wonder if it's the exact same technology that we have developed. Maybe they have actually taken some of our research and actually repurposed it and made a freaking catchy clickbait title for you, and that you remember, and then now you think that it's their technology. Let's see. Let's look it up. Russia cancer vaccine. Let's check it out. This is your thing. This is your thing. Russia
no,
is
I'm just
developing. No,
saying,
no,
dude.
don't run away now. Russia is developing a personalized mRNA cancer vaccine. Whoa, mRNA delivery, dude. Whoa, who did that? mRNA cancer vaccine based on an individual's patient's tumors.
Yeah,
Whoa. So wait,
are
wait,
we
wait.
there yet in America? Like, I don't.
Bro, you don't even understand like the sentence. You realize that the United States did the sequencing by synthesis, which created the next generation sequencing that created the ability to know what the individual's patient's tumors is. Okay, so that's baseline. That's just like where we stand on what's going on inside the body. And then on top of that, the mRNA vaccine delivery platform, where do you think that came from?
What you're saying? They're piggybacking off of our technology, or what?
Yes, yes, both times,
You
with
can't
next
prove that
generation
though, bro.
sequencing, and the mRNA. Yes, exactly.
You
And
can't prove that though, dude. What
I
if they
can
did that all
literally
for
look at
them,
the. You want
all
to
by
look at the.
themselves?
Okay, let's look at the. Okay, all right. We can't prove that. George Church sequencing by synthesis. You don't think I can prove that? Do you know what sequencing by synthesis is?
Not really.
Okay, so it's fine. That is the difference between Sanger sequencing and next generation sequencing that happened. So that is literally the thing that was developed in the United States by George Church. He is literally the pioneer of that. He's at Harvard. Is that is, by the way, that's not one of your Eurocuck schools. That's actually the United States.
Dude, just because I said
You
America needs better
suckle.
standards
No, because dude,
that
you're
doesn't
holding
mean I'm
weight,
all
dude.
pro.
You're anti-American, dude. You're
No, I'm not, dude. I'm
anti-American. You're
pro-American, dude. I want America to
anti-American. You're
level up.
anti-American
You're
technology.
the one
You're
that
anti-technology that we've developed, and you suckle at Russia, who
no,
repurposes a clickbait titles that you clicked on, and then now you're actually coming at me.
dude. It made the news, bro. Like something that. Why would
Whatever
it?
clickbait nonsense that you clicked on, I don't. Whatever, dude. I don't care. I'm telling you what it is. So they're leveraging AI. Oh wow, who developed that for rapid A? Dude,
Dude, that's
every sentence.
you can't say it.
You don't think?
Everything is
Wait,
just a.
You don't think that they're using ChatGPT? Where do you think
No, I'm just
ChatGPT
saying.
came from?
AI isn't. China has their own version. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah,
Like
I'm sure they're
that's
using
every.
DeepSeek. I'm sure they're using DeepSeek, dude. Maybe they are. Maybe they are using DeepSeek. But
Maybe Russia has their own version. You can't.
which is by the way trained on ChatGPT and NVIDIA GPUs. So even if they are DeepSeek, they actually utilized American technology in order to create DeepSeek. So again, dude, you're just falling into all these traps. It's crazy when you just look things up, what you
They're not
learn.
traps, bro.
It's you have holes in your knowledge that we are running straight into, and I want to fill your holes, bro. I want to fill your knowledge holes. Okay,
That sounds
this
crazy, bro.
I know you have a lot of them. And this initiative, spearheaded by the same center that created the Sputnik COVID vaccine, is in preclinical and early stage trials. So with human trials planned soon. So they haven't even done the human trials that we're talking about. Like we don't even have they're not even at the stage. You decried my stuff because they weren't at the human trials. We didn't do a human trial with the algae immunotoxin, but the thing that you sourced as like actually revolutionary stuff was at the same point that I was at in my research. But you said that they were revolutionary and mine didn't have it. Are you following right now?
That's a
Wild.
false equivalency,
You
bro.
literally
Come on.
said that. Well,
You're
I didn't
comparing
have
what your
human.
little.
Yeah, because
You're comparing.
they didn't have the human trials. They don't have the human trials, bro. Do you know
Yeah.
what I
Okay.
mean? They don't
Yeah,
have the
but
human
neither did
trials.
you. I
Just like
mean,
I didn't have the human trials. And you said that I wasn't even like doing any research that mattered. And you think that they're doing
I didn't say
revolutionary
that, dude.
science.
I didn't say you didn't do any research that matter. I'm just saying we haven't had any medical breakthroughs in the
It's
past.
not like they have. They haven't even done, dude, they haven't even done human trials, bro. How would you know that this is a medical breakthrough?
Well, I don't know why it would make the news if it's not even a breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly, bro.
but
Exactly,
Russia
because it's
doesn't.
fucking
But
Russian
come on, like,
propaganda that you fell for. Look, hook, line, and sinker, man. Like I am telling you as a scientist what is actually happening. Who do you think is actually telling you the truth right now? Some Russian propaganda headline versus me?
well, I mean, I don't know, because even you're biased, bro. But you don't want to admit that you're kind of
Holy
biased.
fuck, dude. Are you serious? You don't
I'm
know
I'm not,
you think that I am the one that is actually lying to you right
dude. The
now?
way you're pushing like vaccines and everything,
Oh
it's
my
kind of
god,
crazy,
dude.
bro.
Dude.
It's almost like Bill Gates is sending you some checks on the side or something, bro.
Bro,
But I'm
this
I'm
is
j- I'm
actually wild,
joking,
man.
but
I am like it's
no,
crazy. Like
honestly, in all honesty,
you
that
should actually be so proud of American scientists. And you're talking to the first one you've ever talked to in your life, and you're saying that I am being paid for by Bill Gates. That is so wild to me, man. That is so wild. All
no,
right.
but you can't, dude.
I can't
You
what?
don't
I can't
you
what?
can't disagree with the fact that we're not making any breakthroughs to
It's
the
completely
in
fat.
comparison
No. We are
in
making so
comparison
many
to the
breakthroughs that other countries are piggybacking on the technology that we're making, and they're leveraging it for new technologies. That is what actually happens when you actually do a breakthrough. So when we had a legitimate breakthrough, by the way, like with next generation sequencing, that actually was an actual revolution for microbiology, because we found that there's microbial communities in our gut and plants and like all these different areas inside of the
that's not
oceans
new,
and all
bro.
the
That's been common knowledge now for over
oh
10, 15 years. No?
yes, dude, exactly. That's when next generation sequencing was developed. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you literally just the ancillary, the point of it, and I'm telling you why you know that knowledge now is because of next generation sequencing that was
And you're gonna
revolutionized
attribute that.
here. Yes, it was.
You sure? Nobody else is doing that on the planet? That's kind of conceited to just assume it's strictly an American thing right now. No?
Bro, it was developed by George Church in the United States, sequencing by synthesis, and created and revolutionized by Illumina in San Diego. Illumina created these next generation sequencing platform that we sold to the entire world, and that's who's using that technology in order to understand stuff. Again, Illumina, another American company that you're against, but it's okay, dude. It's all right.
Dude, I'm not against it, man.
You're definitely, dude. You are. It's okay. While Russia officials have announced plans to provide the vaccine for free, global experts remain cautiously optimistic. urging for peer-reviewed data. So they haven't even published data about your revolutionary thing. So again, can we look at this sequencing by synthesis technology developed in the United States that revolutionized a product that was created, that we are actually able to produce data for the entire world and everyone in the world can see and actually leverage that now in order to create new technologies off of that, versus Russia is like, hey, we have the plans to do this thing maybe in the future, and and you're like, that is a revolution. That's what's so frustrating, bro, is that you're not listening and putting these things together. Again,
No,
okay,
but I'm just saying.
You're not saying much. Except for
Yeah, I am, dude,
anti-American propaganda
because
pushed by the Russians.
the
So, I don't know
no,
what to
dude,
tell
it's
you.
just the amount of like billions of dollars. That's what I'm trying to say. Like we
Yeah, and we're
nobody.
the world
The
leader
reason
in
why
it.
we're
Yeah,
so
we're the
yeah,
world
but
leader in it. Yeah.
you have to think of it from a budget standpoint.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I mean? Like how
Okay.
long can you possibly like keep that budget going forever
Bro, do you
with
understand how
minimal like
how little
breakthroughs?
money we spend on all of science? It's like $90 billion, like for science spending in the United
What are you
States.
talking about, dude? I heard it's
Yes.
over 500 billion. I'm serious, right? I'm not lying, dude.
You think it's
I gotta go.
$500 billion a year? You think we're spending
No, not
$500
a
billion
year.
a year on science in the United States? Are you
No, dude,
serious?
not a year, but for the like, I think for the entire last administration or something
Oh
like that.
my
I gotta go look
God,
it up.
bro. No way. I
You
can't
don't.
even believe it. You think we're spending a DOD style sized budget? Are you serious, bro?
No, isn't the
You are.
DoD at a trillion right now?
Holy shit, dude. I am like, that is incredible. I love that you think that science should be spending $500 billion. If you we're doing that. That's amazing, dude. Holy shit.
Dude, all the
Okay,
research
so again,
throughout like years.
actual numbers again. Sorry,
I would
facts
have
don't
to
care
go
about
get
your
them. I would
feelings,
have to
bro.
like,
You gotta
I
stay
would have
with
to like
me. You
teacup and
gotta
get them
stay with me here. Facts
over
don't
the.
care about your feelings.
Dude, I didn't say per year. I
What
said
we actually spend is about 90 to 100 in the DoD, and then which does do, by the way, a majority of our basic science research is through the DoD. So it's about $100 billion a year in the DoD. And then there's another like 90 between the NSF, NIH, DOE, and which you heard, because honestly, you're in here a lot, bro. And I really do appreciate you being in here a lot. And I do see you in chat. I do appreciate you. What you probably did hear is that in 2022, Biden, because of the Inflation Reduction Act and the infrastructure bill, those did increase the science spending in the country enough so that we did, for the first time,
so.
actually
We did get close to
in
500.
1 year, we did
So why'd you
have
laugh, dude?
more. No, because
I was
you were
pretty
saying that we were
accurate.
spending that $500 billion a
Not
year.
a No, not a year. I said in the last administration, throughout the entire
For 1
administration.
year, in the
No,
entire history
no,
of the United in
no,
the entire.
not 1 year.
Yeah, no, it
The
is
whole
1
4
year. No,
years.
it's 1 year. We had, because of the Inflation Reduction Act and the infrastructure bill, all both being passed at the same time. And if you added that with our normal science spending plus the DoD, all together, you did have it all coming together to be more than the defense budget for 1 year that we did. And like that,
And where are the breakthroughs? That's what I'm saying.
guess what, bro?
That's
Guess
a lot of
fucking what?
money, man.
$500
You don't
billion
think that's a
of
lot of
that? Guess
money?
what? Guess what? So the money that was spent, it was about what?
This is the
I think.
problem. You guys don't think that's a lot of money. That's what's insane.
Well, guess fucking what, bro? Your boy, fucking stole 500 of that $700 billion and gave it to fucking tax breaks for billionaires. That's what actually fucking happened with that money.
Nah,
For the
dude,
first time,
you can't attribute it.
yes, it literally did, and it's in the fucking bill, dude. It's in the omnibus spending bill and the tax cut bill that came through. They literally pillaged the tax credits and all the money that was earmarked for all the infrastructure bills and everything. They literally put that. They said, "Oh, that's free money. We're gonna take it, and we're gonna take that and give it to billionaires." That's literally what fucking happened, man. I'm telling you. Again, like this is really what actually is happening, and it sucks, and it does suck. We didn't spend that money fast enough, and now we're probably never going to get that ever again.
Well, yeah, because see, that's the thing. Because it's not. It's how do I say it? It's not like being applied properly.
How would
So
you know?
maybe
We
there's
didn't
a
even
lot
spend
of.
it. We didn't even spend it.
That's what I'm saying. Well, because that's the thing. Like, why weren't there any breakthroughs with that amount of money going through
In
it?
2 years? In 2 years, you want fundamental breakthroughs in 2 years,
That's what I
bro?
heard, dude. I heard that's like the main like obstacle that science has is lack of funding.
Yeah,
But then
you're
it's
right.
like, how can you have lack of funding when that much money is being pumped in there, dude? It's like one, you know what I mean? It's like it just doesn't make sense.
Because in 2 years, bro, there's shovel ready projects and stuff, but there's not like you can't do that amount of work. What you really should be asking, and the
All
critical
these
thinking
research
question
centers
is,
can't work
no, what you
together
really should be
and
asking is
simultaneously
what
get
you what
progress.
no, what you should be asking is who has improved your life, quality of life more? Science over the years or these billionaires? And all of our money that was
That's
earmarked to
debatable.
better our society and to
That's
actually
debatable,
improve
bro.
things through the generations through science, which has actually improved your life, has been stolen and given to billionaires. So please tell me, how has billionaires improved your life?
Innovation, dude. What do you mean you're gonna compare? That's
Holy
like
shit. You actually think
you're
that
gonna
they are the ones that
compare.
are innovating? Holy shit, dude. Okay, tell me.
Are you
How are they
serious right
innovating?
now? You don't
Yes,
think
yes.
they're
Tell me, give me
innovating?
one. Give me one.
What do you mean?
Give
Like
me one.
everything?
Give me one. They've
Quantum
done
computers,
everything. They've done
quantum,
everything now. They've done everything. Billionaires have given us everything.
dude. No, dude. But quantum computers is like the next big
What?
thing, man.
You
Innovation.
think that billionaires have done the basic research in order to know how quantum computing exists?
What do you mean? They're funding
What
all that,
billionaire
dude.
is funding quantum research, quantum physics research?
What's his face? Elon Musk,
You
dude.
think that he is a nuclear quantum? You think he's doing quantum physics research?
Maybe not him specifically,
Okay,
but I'm
so
pretty sure he
okay,
funds
it's fine,
it.
it's
I'd have to
fine,
like
it's fine.
look at it,
Scramble, find another one, find another one,
dude. Innovation.
find another
It's
one. How are they
the
improving your
you
life?
who you
Find
think
it,
is
find it, find
who?
another, find an example.
What do you mean, dude?
Find it,
There's a lot of the innovative
find
things that
it.
improved our
Another one.
lives, like even
Say
like
it, say
using
it,
like
say what it is.
Amazon,
Say it. Find
using
it.
freaking Amazon. It
Amazon. Okay, so
revolutionized our
Amazon's a
lives, dude.
breakthrough.
Everything is so
Amazon's a
convenient.
real technological breakthrough. The fact that online shopping is a huge breakthrough in our society.
Quantum computers, dude.
Okay,
That's
quantum.
gonna be
Wait,
a
we're
big
back to
thing.
quantum computers because we know that
'Cause
that's bullshit. That doesn't exist. So again, so what are we doing? Amazon.
dude, quantum computers can. No, but I'm just saying, like you're trying to
We're
like
going back
compare
and forth. So wait,
science
is it
to
Are we doing quantum?
innovation.
So you think that quantum like computing is founded and pushed by billionaires?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that's completely wrong. That is completely wrong. You know, the idea that quantum physics is aided and
Yeah, the
funded
CEOs of
by
Google, bro,
billionaires.
are billionaires. Yeah, they are.
No, dude.
The
No.
CEOs of Google,
No.
you don't think they're billionaires?
Of course they're billionaires, but I'm saying that
That's
they're
what
not
I'm trying to
funding.
say, dude.
They're not creating the fundamental research for. Let's check it out. Quantum computing. Quantum computing. Wikipedia. Let's check it
And
out.
now they're
Let's
what are
see.
they called? Those the
Holy
chips, the
shit,
quantum
dude.
chips that they got going
Quantum
on
computing
now.
history.
They're gonna
Wow,
freaking
dude. Holy shit, dude. You're right. For many years, the field of quantum mechanics and computer science formed distinct academic communities until Elon Musk fundamentally changed everything with modern quantum theory. Oh shit! I'm sorry, I didn't say that at all. Modern quantum theory developed in the 1920s. So over 100 years of fundamental science research that needed to happen in order for us to get to where we are today. I wonder how many
and
billions of
we
dollars went into that, but never mind. Here we go. Developed in the 1920s to explain perplexing physical phenomenon observed in atomic scales, and digital computers emerged to the following decades to replace quantum computers for tedious calculations. Both disciplines and practical applications during World War II, computers played a major role in wartime cryptography, and quantum physics was essential for nuclear physics used in the Manhattan Project. So I will bet you $1,000 Elon Musk isn't mentioned here. Do you want to take the bet?
I know he's not mentioned
Yeah,
here, bro.
exactly. Yeah,
But
because you're just bullshitting, dude.
no,
You're
you're the one that asked the
bullshitting, dude.
question, and that's like a
You're not
crazy
serious.
question.
You're not serious about
You
these
can't compare.
issues, dude. And you're actually
I
you're fun.
am, dude.
No, you're not. No, you're
Yes, I
not.
am.
So you're
especially
talking.
when it comes to cancer research, bro.
Oh,
Because
you're
like
serious
I
about
have a,
cancer research? Holy shit, dude! Oh my
I
god.
am, dude.
You're
It's a big deal. Like all these billions of dollars
this
going
was
into
your
that, but
thing.
no
This was your thing that you were saying that the billionaires funded, and that's why we had to have $500 billion go to these guys. And you're not like, again, the quantum field theory beginning in 1927. Researchers attempted to apply quantum
I heard
mechanics to
Amazon's
fields
trying
instead
to.
of single particles, resulting in quantum field theories. So again, none of these are all like, dude, these are all American universities that are funded in order to study fundamental laws of nature and quantum physics, all that kind of stuff for a
I
hundred
know, bro,
years,
but
bro. For a hundred
and who do you think
years.
pays the majority of the taxes in this country, man? It
Why are
is
you
the.
scrambling right now, bro? What are you talking
What do
about?
you
We're
mean?
talking about the ways that billionaires have enhanced your lives, and you said that quantum computing is what it is.
I'm just saying innovation is what
Okay, so
freaking.
give me another one. You're
I
completely crashed out on quantum physics. So what is another one? What is the other one?
I don't know right off the
Exactly,
top of
you
my
don't
head. You
know.
know what I mean?
Exactly,
But
bro. Exactly. That's my whole point, is that you don't know, and because they haven't improved your life. That's my whole point.
you don't think technology has advanced to where it's
No,
improving our lives
billionaires
at
have not
all?
fundamentally improved the quality of your life.
You don't think that, dude? That's
No,
crazy. How
no,
can
they
you?
have not. Not compared to science and technology that has been developed from the scientific method. Come on.
Well, in what way? What are you gonna say? Like just vaccines? That's what improved our lives the most? Like I don't understand.
Holy shit, dude.
And when
Are
it
you
comes to like
serious?
research
Are
and
you
stuff,
fucking kidding me, dude? Silicon chips, gene editing, which is your cancer. That's your boy. That's your boy. Like the GPS location, the satellite technology that we're using in order to communicate right now, the internet, like all like public health, all any types of like germ theory, all that kind of stuff.
yeah, dude, Starlink
Wi-Fi.
and all that.
Like
That's
there's a
all
ton of
Elon
stuff
Musk,
that
bro.
that is not Elon Musk. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Dude, he took it further than anyone else, bro. The only reason why Ukraine is still standing is because of freaking Starlink, bro. Like half the world depends on Elon Musk right now, as sad
No,
as
they
that is,
don't.
because I'm not proud of being in a monopoly, but you know what I'm
No,
saying?
you're
But you
definitely
are,
proud of the
you're
billionaires, and
no,
you're
I'm not, dude.
anti-American,
I'm
pro
just saying that I'm
billionaire.
understanding when you don't see like breakthroughs to see
You
this
don't
endless
understand what a
amount of
breakthrough is,
funding.
bro. You don't know what a breakthrough is, even in your own
It is,
favorite thing.
dude.
You
Can I
don't
give you an
understand.
example?
I would love one. Another one. Let's go through another one. I'll stay here
No,
all
like
night.
not one of those examples. I'm
Oh, not
talking
one of
about like
those
a
examples. Those are your ones that you
no
brought
in the
up,
sense
dude.
of like
Whatever your
in the
we've looked up numerous of your examples talking
no
about
in the
how
sense
you.
like a personal story in the sense of like why cancer research. I don't see a lot of progress in that, dude.
Okay, go
You know what
ahead.
I mean?
Go ahead.
Well, my for example, my sister, she had growth in her intestinals, you know, somewhere along her intestinal line. So they cut it out because it was cancerous growth. So they cut it out, and then are you listening?
Yeah, bro, I'm here. I'm here.
Uh, oh, okay. So they cut it out, and then they're like, let's do like 6 months of chemo, which by the way isn't new technology. It's been around since the 70s. But they're like, let's do that, and then so they did all that. She did the 6 months, 6 to 8 months of chemo, and then all of a sudden they said the cancer is gone pretty much. So she was happy about that until one day, like she just started feeling like numbness in her right arm. She couldn't move her arm, and then they said that there's like growth now on her brain, so they had to do like surgery to remove the growth there. And now that part was been removed, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's frustrating because it's like so now it's like chemo again, and it's like that's what I'm trying to say. Like there's no technology advancement, there's no breakthroughs because it's freaking chemo, and chemo's been around
No,
since the
dude. No.
70s, dude.
No, dude. No.
You're
No.
not gonna you don't think it's been around since the 70s?
Okay. Can I explain to you like
Chemotherapy?
what it is, what's going on? So there's
Go ahead.
lots of different types of. Okay, you are basically a collection of cells that have differentiated into muscle cells, bone cells, skin cells, neural cells, eye cells, all this kind of stuff. And there are lots of mechanisms to make sure that those cells stop growing along the path. Transcription, translation, proteins, all these type of things, these networks of regulation in order to keep these cells from growing too much. and keeping them all in check. And basically, during that pathway of molecular biology regulation, things get dysregulated sometimes. Mutations happen so that some one part of that pathway, something is allowed to grow when it's not. And that's what cancer is. So that's why cancer is so diverse, man. You can have so many different types of cancers because different types of mutations are going to cause different things to grow differently and to enhance their growth rates. So that's why things like gene therapy have been revolutionary, because we can, now with the American technology that has been revolutionary and invented here, next generation sequencing allows us to know the exact sequence of that genetic change that made the cancer a cancer. And then 2, gene therapy, which is RNA delivery that was invented here, which is CRISPR-Cas9, that as a technology that was invented here. We can use those technologies to specifically go after the cells that only have that cancer, because a lot of your cells will look very identical to cancer, to chemo, right? Chemo is a broad way of having a medicine, and it'll, like, for example, just stop one aspect of the thing and not the cell replication, and it won't let that cell, good or bad, replicate, right? But gene therapy, that was revolutionized and invented here, that is being applied specifically only to the cells that have that mutation. So that is only to the cells that have that problem. So that is why it is a fundamental breakthrough to be able to specifically sequence and to specifically take out those cancer cells. But the problem is, there's so many different types of mutations. There's hundreds of different types of cancers. So we use cancer as a word, but in reality, we're talking about hundreds of different diseases, and they can all be different cells. They can all have different mutations. And I am very sorry about your family member, your sister. I mean, it is very sad, but as a scientist, man, we are trying, in my field, this is my field, molecular biology, we are trying our best in order to revolutionize this, in order to try to attack those cells specifically as we can and find out those.
But they're not using gene therapy yet?
We are. There's dozens and dozens of FDA approved things that unlike the Russian thing, that have gone through FDA approval, that are on the market and that can be used. You should be advocating and going to your oncologist, being like, what is the mutation that my sister has? And 2, are there FDA approved gene therapy drugs for it? You should be asking that. You should be advocating for your sister.
No, but it doesn't make sense. So it was an intestinal growth. They cut it out. They gave her chemo, and then it went to her brain, and then you know what I mean? So it's like, and then their only response is
you can still do
doing
that, bro.
chemo again. How many times? Like,
I know,
you know what I mean?
Telling
like,
you, bro, and I'm telling
and that's
you,
where I'm saying, like, there's lack of innovation. When it comes to it is, dude.
No,
chemo's been around since the 70s, dude.
I know, and I'm telling you that gene therapy techniques could be used in what sounds like you guys need to go to a clinical trial. So write this down, dude. I'm serious. Clinical trials, clinicaltrials.gov. Okay, I'll spam it in chat.
What's that gonna do? Like,
clinicaltrials.gov. You can put her cancer in there, and you can see like the mutations to see if there's actual like gene therapy clinical trials for her specific type. So you can try that. You should advocate for her, man. Like, seriously. There are breakthroughs that are happening that are available, and they're in clinical trials, and she could enroll in them if she's viable.
I don't know, but wouldn't doctors just automatically do that for you? Like, I don't understand.
No, they don't.
Why wouldn't they automatically, like,
because
help
a lot of them, because a lot of the trials aren't at every hospital.
Because when you go, well, you're not just going to a generic hospital, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, there's different types of care that are given at different hospitals. Like, some of them aren't considered the gold standard, which is like the National Cancer Institute, NCIs or something like that. And then a lot of them don't have like City of Hope, for example, is like one of the best places in the world for cancer treatments. They're in LA. So it's like, you can go to these places and they do have different care. They do, man. I'm
I know,
telling
but
you,
the thing is, like,
please.
how that's what I'm saying. Like, we haven't developed as a country to where we have, how do I say? Because this would be expensive, right? So, I mean,
It's covered
clinical
by insurance.
trials.
It's covered by insurance, but it's selective. Like I said, not all the states are investing into these scientific, like, hospitals and research
Well,
and
I mean,
stuff.
she's in North Carolina. Is
Okay.
that
She might have to travel, but maybe she could travel to, New England or something. Maybe it's happening there.
well? Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is why people are frustrated and they're not seeing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's
the
bad.
innovation and the breakthroughs
I'm like
in the medical.
I exactly, because you have to advocate for yourself, because it's hard to get some of these things, and they're not just given to everyone. I agree with you, bro. It frustrates me. I have a family member going through the same thing. Like, we have people. I had someone in here last week that had the same thing. She actually found a clinical trial that was something related to her, and that she was able to contact them. So it's like it does happen, bro. Like, I'm telling you, please.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I
Okay,
mean,
sick.
I'll let her know
Okay,
about that. What
all
was the
right.
website again? Clinical trials something?
Clinicaltrials.gov.
Oh, okay. And that's like nationwide.
Yeah, that is the NIH's like clinical trials for all the cancer treatments that we do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just don't understand why they wouldn't just freaking like let her know about that. You know what I mean? Where she's going
I
to get
know.
treatment
It's
right now.
some hospitals don't have those capabilities, and they don't have the sequencing capabilities. They're not doing that kind of stuff all the time. So, it happens. It happens. It's very frustrating as a scientist, dude. It's incredibly frustrating for me, man. Like, because we are trying to literally
Well,
like
he didn't
develop these.
like cut complete funding. You know what I'm
He
saying? He
did. He
maybe like
has.
reduced it.
He has.
He just
So no, he has. And a lot of the clinical trial stuff, hopefully they're already going. But I know one of them, we've had multiple people that had the clinical trials go, and one of them came back and she said that she did this work. She found it, and there was some place that was actually working with her specific cancer, her specific mutation, and her specific location, in which it is the type of cancer, which is so it's a subset thing. She found it. There was a clinical trial going, and then Trump cut the funding, and now she can't get her clinical trial. So I was advising her maybe she could try different country. Maybe Canada is going, but like, imagine that, bro. Imagine she did do this. She did find her exact mutation. She did find her exact location of the cancer, and she found that there was a trial that did give her hope. That gave her a gene therapy drug that could actually help her, battle her cancer. And Trump defunded that and stopped that clinical trial from happening.
You sure?
Yes, dude. Yes, there's dozens of these stories everywhere. I'm telling you, as a scientist, man, we're talking to one another and we are like, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening right now. This is awful. Dude, bro, I would kill to be wrong about Trump than I would be like want to be right in this conversation, bro. Like, I would love that Trump to be able to sit here and be like, oh my God, Trump actually is so good for science. This is actually incredible. Like, I would love that. I advocate for his Operation Warp Speed. I think that it was great that he did that, right? Like, I would love to be wrong about Trump, like, politically, and just to have the scientific breakthroughs. I think it's way better for the contributions to us as Americans, to the world, to science as an institution, to like for our future generations. Like, there's so much good that could happen if he just didn't do this stuff, and this is why it's so frustrating, bro.
I know, but all I'm saying is the amount of funds that we pumped into that, and we're still not. You know what I mean? It's still not.
It
The
is.
breakthroughs are
It
just not
is.
happening.
It is. It literally is. You just don't know about them, man. You just don't know. It is. Trust me. They're happening. And you just don't know. You're on the outside. Trust me, man.
Well, I
Trust
mean,
me.
again, I don't know how much he like if he cut all of it or if it's just been reduced. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
Because
it
like
is cut completely. A
you
lot
said
of it
the
is cut completely. Yes.
Well, I know, but like I don't understand like some of these if these are separate companies, why they can't keep going. You know what I
No, there
mean?
a lot of them.
Like,
No. They're not
why do they
companies yet.
depend on
They're not
government
companies.
grants?
They're
Why do
not
they depend
companies
on?
yet. That's the thing. They go through these trials. A lot of them, like with their unique gene therapy, in order to like fund that company. A lot of them aren't companies that have, some of them are. Some of them are pharmaceutical companies that are funding these
A
the human
majority of them
trials.
are pharmaceutical companies. They should have enough money by now, man. You know what I mean? Or
Except for the ones that lady needed last week, and now she doesn't have her clinical trial.
no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't know. You know what each one. It's just
Yeah, it sucks, dude. It's sad. It's really sad. And people are losing hope she had the only hope that she had in her life. She was 54. The only hope that she had was that clinical trial, and it got shut down. That was her
well,
breakthrough.
yeah, but
That was her
no one
breakthrough.
like no one knew that Trump would do this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But it's happening. So now we are begging Trump supporters to listen to scientists. We're begging people to listen to actual Americans, to listen to things that are happening to Americans that are being hurt, and say, hey, like, you guys might have not known, but now it is happening. So you have to stick up for us. You have to stick up for science. You got to stick up for the things that we're actually trying to, improve your life directly.
I know, but there's nothing we can do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You can, dude. You can. You can.
no, we can't. If he
You
already passed
can.
the bill and it cut funds from it, there's nothing we can do.
You can. There's
Just wait
things that you
for.
can do. There's things that you can do, bro. You don't vote for Republicans again in the midterm. You can do other things.
No, I know.
Don't
But I'm
don't
just
be
saying, like,
helpless. Don't be helpless. If you actually care about this stuff and you actually care about your sister, it sounds like you do, man. And I really, I have a family member that's going through the exact same thing. It sounds like we're at the exact same point. So, like, I feel for you, bro. Like, empathetically, I'm literally in your shoes, and it's really frustrating for me, And um, I
yeah, no,
I
I get
I,
it.
I get it, man. I'm with you, but we have to, like, have hope for our family members, right? And then we also have to fund this research for future generations too, because they need that stuff as well. You know what I mean? They need to. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah, no, I
the
get it.
standing on the shoulder of giants. That's what that whole thing is about.
But
It's like,
that's
research, science doesn't get fully recreated every single time, every single generation. We stand on those shoulders, and that's how we make those progress, and we make those leaps forward.
yeah, no, I get that. But
Yeah. All right,
yeah, I'm
man.
just saying when it's been like, but yeah,
It's frustrating. It's
I'll let
frustrating,
you.
but it is working. We are working. Scientists are working. We have literally dedicated our entire lives towards this stuff, man. Like people are in oncology research. They have devoted their entire life not for profit, but for actual scientific breakthrough.
Because you said that's what you did. You did vaccine research for like
No, I've done like molecular biology. I was doing like plant research.
for medicine or for what?
For like, well, I mean, for medicine on one aspect, for two, making like plants more efficient and make them easier, like photosynthetically, so that they can create more plants per acre, basically, and have better outcomes and yields for farmers. And then my PhD research was trying to find new like drugs and materials and fuel and microbiology. It's because it's like there's a huge amount of people. I mean, sorry, a huge amount of stuff out there that in microbiology that we haven't discovered yet. So
And was that a private company or was it public?
no,
Did it rely on like
everything.
government?
No, my PhD research is all public. I was actually funded by the DoD, so we actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've had multiple labs that are funded by the DoD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, man. I'll let you get on to the next person in
Okay,
the
hey,
queue or
bro.
whatever. But
Genuinely, man, I really hope for the best for your sister, and like, please, like, keep me abreast of like what's going on and whatever for the clinical trial stuff. Okay.
Yeah, man. I'll let you know. I mean, I don't know
Awesome.
exactly what it's called right now, what she's
Okay.
got, because it seems like it's what is it called? It progressed to where it got into the lymph nodes or something like that. So,
Yeah, that
uh,
sucks, man. I'm so sorry to hear that.
yeah, but I'll keep you posted on it or
Okay.
whatever, because
All
I
right.
listen to your live sometimes.
Yeah, bro. I see you.
But
I thank you. I thank you for being in chat, and this is why I don't ban people that have opposing viewpoints, and that's why I really appreciate you guys being in here, and I appreciate you jumping in voice chat.
all right, man. All right.
Okay.
See you later,
Have a
dude.
good one, man. Peace.
Peace.
All right, guys. Really thinking about his sister, guys. Really hoping that she gets better, and that there's a clinical trial that can be, for them. Okay. Yeah. Cultured meat is an interesting idea, man. I think that we should try it. We should try for it. Thank you. Yeah. All right, guys. It's late. Thanks, Deb. Thank you. What are you guys thinking? We got we got the philosophy bro that came in here and just slurred me last night. So I don't know if I'm gonna invite him. So let's see. Oh, can I be? Yeah, exactly. He changed his thing. How do I do? Can I do like a /block? Does that work? One second, guys. Sorry, guys. One second. Oh man, that sucks, dude. It sucks to like be working so hard on something and not being able to impact those lives. Thank you, Christine. The idea that science, all we want is to make an impact on someone's life and just to be one step away from impacting those people. And what's so sad is that they don't know that you're there. It's kind of like that whole interstellar thing where you're kind of like behind the bookshelf, like yelling at people that like science is there and we're trying to be there for them and we're trying to make an impact in their lives. And they don't know. They don't know that we're there. It really makes me sad. Thank you, player. Thank you. Man, it's so sad. It's so frustrating. Okay. All right, guys. Theater Geek.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how's it going?
Good, thanks. This is the first time I've really like sat in on much of your live. Been really enjoying it.
Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I do hope that last guest takes what you said to heart and doesn't vote for Republicans again. But I also thought it was wild that you literally have a PhD and he was like, no, it's pharmaceutical companies. Like, I know it's not what you said. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's a little bit baffling, but
it's a really common misconception though. People really think that the companies are the ones that are doing the majority of the research and development and stuff, and they do put a lot of money towards like making FDA approvals and FDA approved drugs, because that's their things that they're going to make profits on, right? So they're spending a majority of the FDA approval money, but the mechanisms of action and the proteins and what parts of the protein actually do what, that is all done by research in universities. So and you hear this a lot too with the whole single payer private provider system, right? Where it's like people say, oh, we can't take money away from pharmaceutical companies, otherwise they're not going to make any medical breakthroughs. And it's like, no, the medical breakthroughs are still going to be there. It's just, it's happening already at a university. So,
wow.
Yeah.
One question I do have when you come across your live and it says #1 canceled scientist, I was very, I was like, is it going to be some crazy stuff about like vaccines aren't real? Like So why do you say canceled scientist?
I had Jill Stein's science advisor come in and tried to kick me out of grad school because I was pushing her back on like defunding like the CDC boards for vaccines, and I had QAnon come after our labs and try to like do death threats and stuff, and then I've gotten 2 of my videos that were debunking misinformation taken down by TikTok, but both of those have gone through with appeals, so it's okay. But yeah, it's really, really frustrating, in the foray of what we do here and kind of dabbling in those dark arts, talking to those people that have dangerous ideas. They are dangerous, right? And I think the unique thing is hopefully engaging with them as a scientist for the first time, where they can actually have an opportunity to ask good faith questions if they have them. I kind of just get, because of the AI algorithm, I just get swept up with them. And so it is very frustrating. That's kind of like, I'm just like playing on that whole thing where people will be saying like they got canceled and now they're, going on a worldwide tour kind of thing.
I love that. Well, so you're saying basically like the right wing doesn't like you, so that you're probably doing many things right.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm playing it up. Yeah, exactly. I'm playing it up that they're yeah. Well, and I mean, this is a conspiracy. I mean, but but I don't have direct evidence of it. So, but I do think that, especially since, RFK is anti-vax and anti-science, and that they're the head of the HHS now. So they're the head of the FDA, the CDC. They are the swamp. They are the institution. And the TikTok as a company is completely indebted to the Trump administration, right? They are completely indebted to them in terms of like being able to be used on American soil. And the legislation banned explicitly ByteDance from ownership, but they did allow Trump having a clause in there that he has to executive order it every so many days. So if Trump went to ByteDance and was like, we're only going to allow this type of material on there, what would TikTok say? I don't know. I mean, he's done it before. People think that that's crazy. He's literally done that exact same thing with science funding, right? He has literally said that, we're not going to fund any science unless it personally agrees with the things that I say in terms of lab leak and all those other conspiracies that have been debunked. So, would he do the same on TikTok? I don't know. Maybe I would be hard to see. I'd make it really hard to believe that he would be like, no, we should definitely, be open and, freedom of speech on TikTok, when he's going to all these other companies and shaking them down for hundreds of millions of dollars. So he's suing Facebook, he's suing X, he's suing all these, as a personal, by the way, as a personal entity. The personal president of the United States is personally suing these companies for First Amendment violations, so that he is getting payouts from these companies and hundreds of millions of dollars. It's actually wild.
Isn't fascism so cool?
I
It's
know,
so
right?
fun.
Exactly. So, exactly, the capitulation that the companies are spending, it's just unbelievable.
You know what's crazy is that you. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead, go for it.
The fact that you just used the word capitulation. Are you aware that Kamala Harris just gave an interview on Stephen Colbert, her first interview since she lost the election, and she used that. She was like, I did not expect the capitulation to this administration. And I remember in her debate with Pence, what one of the best lines when she just glares at Pence and goes, there was a time that our country believed in science. Crazy.
Yeah. I did see like clips of that. I didn't watch the whole thing. She said something else that was really interesting, but yeah, I'm really bummed. I thought that she would be a good president, but
I was completely. I did door-to-door canvassing for her in Pennsylvania.
me too, man. I drove from
Really?
San Diego to Nevada,
Wow.
all the way up to Reno. I drove like 10 hours.
Oh my God, I appreciate you, my friend. It
Oh,
was just,
thanks,
I
man.
was completely convinced. I think like all of us were that she had it in the bag. I thought it was a done deal.
It was, yeah, I think the Russian disinformation was really a lot bigger than we really expected. I mean, the anti-immigration and the anti-trans disinformation was just unfathomable. I mean, the YouGov polls showing that like Republicans think like 25% of the country is trans. It's like, wow, like they really think that she's literally pushing it. And you look at their feeds, and it's just, you know, AI mediated social media feeds that just learn exactly what gets you to engage and infest your brain. And I think that's something that we really have to come to terms with. And that's the biggest thing since previous elections. Like 2024 was the first one that was really driven by AI. You had bots on X that were 40% of the accounts are bots. That's by Elon's own numbers, and basically they use ChatGPT to create like a crowd consensus of like these are the issues that we care about, and it just goes and populates all these conversations across the entire website. So it's kind of like a bot army that you can kind of create narratives with, and it's very, very concerning. And then on top of that, the AI social media feeds. Now you have all these.
Yeah, it's getting so scary.
The feeds that are specifically tailored to you, and people say, like, "Oh, this is how is this different than 2016?" Right? And the big difference is that 2016, exactly, Cambridge Analytica and all that kind of stuff. Exactly, they are filtering out based off of demographic group. So basically what they did in conjunction with polling data that Paul Manafort gave to them, specific demographics of people that they could target state by state, county by county, based off of like election data that they had. This is different. This is wildly different. This is using AI so that every single person has a personal feed, a little brain worm that's going to figure out what gets you going and what gets you on the app and to stay there. So it's every single person has their own individualized feed, as opposed to, hey, these are the ones that are kind of like being popular with other people. What do you think about this? So that's why you have things like issues that just pop up that are not issues like at all, that like legitimately are only constructed on these AI algorithms. So, for example, like, they're eating your cats and dogs, like stuff like that, which was completely fabricated that day. I think it's from Russian bots. Personally, that's another conspiracy that I have. I mean, so I'm anti-conspiratorial, guys, in general. But if I do have a conspiracy where I don't have evidence for it, at least I tell you. So at least I
I also acknowledge that this probably could be considered I guess it is a conspiracy theory, but you cannot convince me that that Kamala didn't actually win that election. I'm sorry, every swing state, really, like, yeah. And then Trump saying over and over and over again, like, vote for me, you'll never have to vote again, and basically admitting that it was anyway, I don't want to get your live taken down, so I know you probably can't say that on live, but
that's okay. Yeah, dude, I think I mean the problem with that stuff, and I really do feel like there's we do have so many different elections like going on at the same time. They really are distinctly different. It would take like some unfathomable coordination in order for that to happen. So I do think that it is unfortunately legit. I do think the craziest thing, about it, another craziest thing. For the longest time, Citizens United was like seen as this boogeyman, kind of like the death of Citizens United, to be honest with you. The super PACs were popular because they were dark money, right? They're money that you could funnel into with, and you didn't have to reveal who you are. But when you're rich, like a billionaire, you don't even care. You don't care about that anonymity at all, because you have so much power from your money that you don't care about the political ramifications of it, right? So, like, for example, Elon Musk just created an LLC that was for Trump, and he ran hundreds of millions of dollars in through there. They didn't like use a super PAC. He just created an LLC. He registered one and then just funneled money through there. So that's just wild to me. That is so wild to me that these guys are more money, more power than even Citizens United. So
can you fathom being literally the richest person on the entire planet and still being that much of a loser?
I know, dude. What's crazy to me is the freaking D4 and the what's it called? What's the other game? The D4 botting that he did, or he got someone play his account. What was the other one? Path of Exile. Like, he's such a loser, dude. He had to pay someone in order to have his character played, and it's like they literally would see like Elon giving speeches to like shareholders like on video, and then at the same time like his character is on. Like, it's like what is going on, dude? It's actually wild.
How can you have that much money and be that insecure? Like,
exactly. I just don't get it, dude. Wild. I don't get it, man. He's such a loser, and like it's pathetic, and he wants to be seen as a normal person so bad that he's willing to even buy people that play his video game characters in order to fulfill that image of himself. It is really disgusting.
What I want to know is, because did you hear that recent thing about Trump being like, "Oh, I hope I can get into heaven."
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It made me wonder. It's like, obviously he's like a deranged, narcissistic psychopath, but like, I wonder if he genuinely thinks, if he knows that he's as evil as he is, or it's like, do you really genuinely actually think that you're a good person that's just being targeted unfairly? But it's crazy. It's like, how does this real life?
I know. Yeah, I don't. That's a good question. Yeah, I think that they're so consumed with power that's like an ideological thing. They really do. Like Peter Thiel has a interview with Ross Douthat of the New York Times, and it's really illuminating. He basically sees the progress from the 1875 to 1950, and then from 1950 to 2025. It's both 75 years, but both of those cultures are completely fundamentally different, right? Like 1875 to 1950, you have like these huge revolutions that happen, and then from 1950 to 2025, it's like relatively like similar, right? You give like someone, you time warp someone from 1950 to today, they can actually kind of understand modern society, blah blah blah. But you go from 1875 to 1950, it's like there's planes flying in the air. You're like, what the hell's going on? Like, suburbia, like all these like wild things, like cars, like what's going on? And basically, Peter Thiel thinks that that's all because of academia, brain drain. Basically, academia and science has like a parasite, like taken all these funds away from billionaires like himself, basically, and that's why progress isn't being made. But then also, he doesn't want to have to. It's like the intellectual deep state where it creates a power structure and an institution that they have to dismantle in order to get the permission in order to do what they want. So it's just, he just wants to be able to do whatever he wants. He wants to have $1 trillion as opposed to $100 billion. He wants like, it's just wild. And that's really kind of like the guiding philosophy, I think, for a lot of like the MAGA billionaire, like tech bros. And then everyone else just kind of like follows along, like Maha and the anti-vaccine people. I don't think that they're a purview of it. They don't understand what's going on. There's the white Christian nationalists that are kind of like trying to hijack it and be like, yeah, like, the tech bro, your future is a white one, right? Right, guys? And meanwhile, like Elon and those guys are like, we're getting fucking people from India. We're getting H-1Bs in here. Like, what are you talking about? So, it's very, very weird.
Insane. It is crazy that you always look back and like ask yourself, how, in 1930s Germany, like how did that happen? How did they get to that point? How was something like that? And now you look around and you're like, wow, never thought in my lifetime I would get the exact answer to that question and see it play out in real time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, I haven't read the book, but the title is incredible. It's like they thought they were free. It's about like how in Nazi Germany they thought the citizens thought that they were the free ones. They were the ones that were being like liberating other people, and it's just,
my God,
it's wild, man. It's really, really frustrating. And it is the capitulation that these corporations love to be consumed by the government now. Everything is just run by blatant corruption, just outright, like you have a blanket tariff, but then you just call Trump on a private line and you just talk to him and he gives you a sweetheart deal, and it's like, oh, okay. Everyone like loves that. They're like, oh, he's so easy to talk to, and it's like, what, dude? It's like you're going to the mob, man, and you're asking like to pay down some security money. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy. Like, he's on the All In podcast with it's like Chink Sothra. I forget what his last name is, but he was describing, it was unfathomable. He's describing what it is like for him as a billionaire venture capitalist, and he's like, it is like he got so mad that he gave money and donations to the Biden administration, and he had this idea that he wanted to get started inside the United States with the CHIPS Act, and he wanted to basically get access to Biden in order so that he could influence some of the way that it was being spent. And the Biden administration was basically like, go pound sand, we don't care what your opinion is. And he was talking about, like, with Trump, it's so easy to get Trump on the line. Like, literally, you just call him, and you call one person, and they're like, can I get to talk to Trump? I need to talk about tariffs, and we need to get this done. And boom, like within one phone call, like you're getting direct access to the president of the United States. And he was bragging about it, saying like how amazing Trump is on that. He was like, these guys are so open and honest and transparent. This is an incredible administration if you actually want to get things done. And it's like, bro, you are just literally describing corruption at the highest order, that you are asking for sweetheart deals from the president of the United States, and he's going to carve out, like, within this legislation, like, exactly what you want just because you're gummy and you're nice to him. Like, that is not that is not what we want. That is not how we, like, legislation should be passed.
And the fact that that side is trying to normalize the fact that he literally still has not conceded the 2020 election.
Yeah,
is
they're still looking into it.
mind-blowing.
They're using it to manufacture consent to take away mail-in ballots, for sure, 100%. They're gonna go through and they're going to create a false narrative that he actually won in 2020, and that was the reason why mail-in ballots were the reason why. Like, I mean, again, this is my conspiracy, but I do believe that's what's going to happen.
I would not be surprised if I'm not sure we'll actually ever have an election again in this country. I did go to the hands off protest in New York, like back in a few months ago, and wow, sorry, I can't speak. It's late. One of the signs. Well, first of all, one of the best signs I saw there was IKEA has better cabinets. But somebody was holding a sign that said, "When peaceful protesting isn't working anymore, what do we do?"
Yeah.
So that's a scary thing to think about.
Yeah,
but
I mean, isn't that the MLK Jr. quote? It's like, those who make peaceful protesting impossible make violent protesting inevitable, or something like that. I mean, I think it's revolution instead of protesting, but wow. Yeah, it's
true.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is really wild. I mean, if you had said that we would have tanks taking over cities, again, like, it really is unfathomable, like, what is happening right now. The idea that we have the federal takeover of cities by the military, and they're armed. They just got the go ahead in order to be armed 2 days ago. And you're just like, it is crazy. So in 2008, just to give you some semblance of, like, what the Republicans would be doing right now if they were in this scenario. In 2008, when Obama became president, it just happened to be that Walmart was doing extensive remodeling in Texas, and they were basically taking everything out of their stores and putting it in storage cabinets and stuff inside of these giant Walmart parking lots. And this gave rise to Jade Helm. So Jade Helm was the conspiracy that Obama was actually plotting to take over Texas by a series of underground tubes linking all the Walmarts together. Check this out, Jade Helm. So they were freaking out about Walmart parking lots being construction sites. And that was enough for them to think that was the takeover of their entire state. But we literally have tanks rolling down the street and, like, arresting people in obviously a lot of Democratic main cities, just to mess with them, just to fuck with them.
And deporting citizens.
Exactly. Yeah, deporting citizens, arresting citizens, military, arresting people for, like, simple stuff like open carry laws and that kind of stuff. It is wild, man.
I saw a Rachel Maddow clip that she was like, the question is not about Trump anymore. We know who he is. We've come to expect this. We understand who he is and what he's doing. The question is, how long is the American public going to allow it to continue?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
It's bad, man. It really is bad. But it's super late. I got to go to bed. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for dropping in the stream, man. It was really nice talking to you.
Absolutely. It was amazing to talk with you. I hope I didn't bring the room down too much with politics. But
no, we talk about politics all the time. No, dude, the intersection of science and politics. Science isn't apolitical, dude. I mean, hasn't the last 6 months taught us anything about that, where science has to be political. We have to fight for the existence of science through politics, and so it's very important. So,
well, I appreciate you, and hope
Thanks,
to join your live again sometime soon if you'd have me, and definitely give you a follow, and hope you have a great rest of your night.
Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate you.
Take care.
All right, guys. Sorry, Peyton. Don't have time, bro. I appreciate it, though. I saw that you were there. I just wanted to give someone else a chance to get in here. All right, guys. Anyone have a vaccine or a boost? We got a last call for vaccine or boosts, so then we can celebrate you. Hey, thanks for being here. Happy to find you too. Thank you. Vaccine or boosts, guys. Say it in the chat now, so then we can celebrate you. Or we're just gonna do this thing real quick. I boosted a month ago. I have 3 boosts. I'm a nurse. Okay, Snack Eddie and KWF. Lovely's got some. Oh, what's up, dude? Thank you guys. All right, Snack. Okay, we gotta clap it up, guys. One second. I prepared something specifically for this. 1 second, guys. Oh God. We got 3 vaccines in the chat. Love it. We celebrate people who get vaccinated in this community. We love people that are getting vaccinated. We appreciate you. We support you. So we get a little crazy. Boom. Check this out. Boom. And vaccine party. Boom. All right, and in order to celebrate you guys getting vaccinated, we spam V's in chat. V's in chat. Good job, guys. Good job. Let's go. Get those V's in chat. Good job. Snack Eddie's doing it. You guys are awesome. Thank you for getting vaccinated. We really appreciate you. Thank you for keeping yourself boosted. Thank you for keeping public health in your mind. Thank you for getting vaccinated. Vaccines are safe, effective, an amazing way to contribute to your community, and we love contributing to our communities. One more time for everyone so we have Snacketti gotten boosted. We got Dark Nurse is up there. Let's go. Lovely. Yes. Every single person, every single time. One more time. Love it. Thank you. We love you guys for getting vaccinated. All right, guys. One last thing. This is for you guys. Thank you guys so much. What a great stream that was. That was so much fun. Thank you, Jenna Whitewave. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Dark Nurse. Thank you, Duocracy. Amber, Sustaining a Smile. Anisoptric Reaction. Thank you so much. And to all the likers, thank you guys so much for boosting and helping the stream get out to new people. Tony Mac, Jenna White, Alina, Us There for Dad Jokes, Anisoptic again, Sustaining the Smile, Duocracy, Marshmallow. Thank you guys so much. Up here, we got the link tree. That's with our Discord. So hang out. That's where we have our primary sources and science discussions and show notes. So all the stuff that we discussed here is going to be there. Also in my link tree is the YouTube live archive. So you can drop a subscription there and see past shows. And there's all my publications. So if you're curious what kind of science I did, all that kind of stuff or do, that's all there. All right, guys. What a time. What a time to be alive. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate you, Christine. Thank you for saying that. And you know what time it is? I do. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You know what time it is, guys. Are we going to do it? Same time, tomorrow, same stream, same bat time, same bat channel. Boom. See ya. Boof. We're out. Thank you for getting vaccinated. Thank you for taking public health seriously. Vaccines are safe and effective. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. No you. You. Thank you. See you soon. Okay. See ya. Bye.